Well, you're very welcome to the athletic grounds here on a lovely sunny Sunday afternoon for the Intermediate Championship. But before that, young lady to speak to here, Amy Mackin, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Not too bad. I know you're very nervous coming in here, but don't worry about it.
More nervous about the match, I think.
Well, of course, and there's huge involvement here. Your dad has stepped up to the plate and has managed the team, and this could be a big one from this evening.
Yeah, it's a big day for the club overall. It's been a great run for the boys, and I know he's had to come in late, but there's Stephen Mooney and Cal Quinn there as well who's helped them along.
Amy, you would love to be out here yourself?
Yeah, I would, but I'll leave it up to the boys this time.
Yeah, and of course, with Armagh this year, going not too bad, the girls that is, it's caused a huge upset against Cork.
Yeah, no, it was a good win for us. We were disappointed then when we played Mayo. We probably should have got more from the game, but it was a good plus, a good bonus of a year to have a lot of young ones starting and going well in there.
And you're getting on rightly after your operation?
Yeah, no, I'm moving in the right direction.
That's the important thing. Amy, big game here today, Grange and Shane O'Neill's. How do you see this game going?
I don't like talking about it too much, but it'll be a tight game. I know they played each other already. I think Grange won by 2 points, but it's hard to know. It's hard to say. I'll get talking to you after the game.
Fair play. That's the best thing. Say it, don't talk, and talk after the match when the game is over. But look, there's no question about it. And of course, with your dad coming in and managing the team, the crack must be 90 in your house with the two lads and your dad.
Yeah,
or is it like our house?
Without
is it like
him being manager,
yeah.
That's all we talk about anyway. But yeah, no, it's just trying to keep them positive and listening and can happen on the day. So let's hope they can do it.
Well, Amy, from a man across the fence, I wish you all the best. Thanks a million for coming in here. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the legendary Amy Mackin. I think she's got probably one of she scored one of the best goals ever I've seen scored in Croke Park. Wasn't it Croke Park a couple of years ago?
No.
Where was that in?
I don't know where that one was in.
Oh, it was a cracking score. And if it had been...
the boys can do one today.
Yeah, so next year, any word of who's going to be managing Armagh girls next year?
Nothing that I know of. I'm sure it'll come out in a few weeks or whatever if there has been one.
And then looking forward to playing in your home base up at McKeever Park.
Yeah, no, that's exciting. It's another step forward for the ladies' football game, so hopefully that can push us on and keep progressing.
The only ladies team in Ireland have their own, going to have their own home.
Massive, and there's been a lot of media about it, and it's massive with the whole LGFA in general, so hopefully that can push a few more counties on as well.
Amy, I wish you well, good luck, and go outside, sit down, enjoy the match. Maybe we'll do this all again after the match. Good luck. Well, there we have it, folks. Amy's just, she's very nervous, but she's sort of very coy here. She's probably been right here. She's probably saying, she's talking to Stephen Malone now, she's talking to the press. So she's probably saying, confident, but not too confident. So we're going to get Paddy to come in here. Paddy, grab a hold of that mic there before you put the headphones on.
How you doing, mate?
Come over beside me a wee bit here because we have a big wide screen up there and Paul likes to keep us well within. And there's us here. Look, we look up and we can see ourselves.
Yeah.
A great advantage. It's a great thing to add to the Armagh TV, the inside camera here, where people, when we're talking here, they're not just seeing a screen with nothing on it here. How do you see this game going, Paddy?
Look, David, it's very, very hard to know. I mean, it's a championship final, and I suppose as we were saying before the junior game last week, and I know this is a cliche, but it is all in the day. It's such a big day for everybody involved. Like the chance to play in a championship final, it's something every club is geared around. And to be honest, and again, I know this sounds like a cliche, but it's about settling down and trying to play your football and not letting the occasion get to you. I mean, one of the things when I was walking in there, the amount of people that were around half an hour before the game's thrown in, it's a different atmosphere. It's the biggest game of your year. For some players, it'll be the biggest game of their career, and it's all just about who can produce the closest to their best on the day.
And that's exactly what it is, because if we go to the wee girl from Portaferry, Ciara the runner, she was running in the ladies 1500s last night. She came 10th in the world. Now, this is a wee girl from Portaferry. She loves Down. She loves Portaferry. And, she didn't win it, but she was so delighted because what she done, she gave it her best. She gave it everything, and she couldn't give any more. And, she's only a couple of seconds away from being 10th to being maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah. And, I mean, the other thing about this game, too, it really shows, Damien, how, a team can turn things around in the space of a few weeks. If you think of Shane O'Neill's there, after things didn't go so well for them in the group stages, changed their management, and I'm sure at that stage nobody would have thought that they'd be there in the final. And now suddenly they've got a chance of winning the championship for the first time in
Yeah, a long
many,
time.
many
So
years.
there's no doubt about it. And we have a lovely day here after the conditions last night. I know the pitch, Paddy, down along the line here is a little bit heavy, and up the middle, you can see when you're looking out here up the middle towards the two goals where there was a lot of traffic last night. But the rest of the pitch out there seems grand. Considering the rain we had last night, lucky enough that it's a lovely day now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm sure that people are very nervous about it, but I mean, Ronan Hart does a magnificent job. I mean, the amount of football that's played in this on these pitches, Damien, over the last 2 months, from the hurling, you had ladies football being played, camogie, all the different championship matches. We're very lucky to have this facility right in the centre of the county.
I would say this pitch here is probably one of the most used stadiums in Ulster.
Absolutely.
And Ronan would tell you that. I don't know if he's here. We're looking around to see is he here. He's not here because he would really tell us how many games have been played here. A phenomenal amount of games, college as well, and club games, and all the underage club games was played here, most of them anyway, so it's great. And a couple of weeks ago they had all the young ones down here playing, and the young ones just love the opportunity to get out, get into the change room, run out up the tunnel and all that, and it's all about building for the future.
Yeah. Well, we'll maybe go through the teams just
Yeah,
here,
we'll have-
Damien, at
yeah.
this stage. We'll maybe do them again just as the match starts. But just a few changes actually on the Shane O'Neill's team. So they're starting number 1, Conor McKeown. Number 2 is Damien Doyle. Number 3 at full back, Michael McParland. And starting at left corner back is number 24, Donal Austin. Number 5, Michael Brady. Centre half back is Podrick Hillen. And number 7 is Armagh star Gregory McCabe. Their midfield, number 8 and 9 are Ryan McCabe and Raymond Fitzpatrick. The half forward line is number 10, David McCabe. Number 11, Conor Mackin. 12, Paul O'Rourke. And the full forward line, there's 2 changes there. We have number 19, Eamon McCabe. Number 14, Kieran Mackin. And completing the team is number 20, Matthew Gervin.
Yeah, well, I see McCabe. McCabe will definitely not be playing as a corner forward. That's for sure. He'll probably slip back and play as a sweeper. And I would say, Paddy, just looking at that, I would say he'll probably be sitting in front of Micheál McKenna. That's my take on it, and I think that's what might happen. But we'll know once they set the team out. But McCabe he's a defender. He's not a forward. So we'll see. I'm surprised that Mark McCabe not starting because he changed the game in the semi-final when he came on. And we covered that one, and he was fantastic. And he absolutely changed the game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I suppose sometimes maybe the management just see him as the person to do exactly that. And they're hoping that lightning will strike twice, and that if they can bring him on, it is always good to have somebody to bring on to game. They talk to him, about sometimes that you want to finish with your strongest team rather than start necessarily.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. And I think the Grange they start as selected.
Yeah. So that's goals David O'Hagan, full back line. Number 2, Sean Toll. Number 3, Conor Toll. And number 4, Porrick Rafferty. Half back line, Ronan Mallon. Number 5, Adam Toll. Number 6, and Mark Toll. Number 7. Midfield is Jared Rafferty and Andrew O'Hagan. Number 10 and 11, familiar faces to followers of the Orchard County. It's Ethan Rafferty and Micheál McKenna. Owen Rafferty is number 12, and the full forward line is 13, Cathal McKenna, 14, Brendan Rafferty, and 15, Ben Toll.
Well, I'm just looking down this list, and the list that I have in front of me is slightly different in the programme, so I'm not sure. Maybe we can get clarification on that one. We'll have to try and get that sorted out here, because I'm just looking down. The team that is on these handouts is slightly different than the players.
Okay. Well,
so we don't know.
The team for the,
well, it's hard to know here, because what we're looking at down here, this could be the team here, Paddy, but as the thing goes, we're
okay. Well, so we'll maybe just clarify that, and we'll be back, folks, with you very soon for the start of the start of the intermediate championship final here in Linwood's Armagh TV.
I think Paddy will do is we'll probably go and just get that checked out very, very quickly here. Well, national anthem has been sung there very quietly. Not sure who sang it, but it's completed and we're ready to start here. Shane O'Neill's had to change their jerseys. They're playing in the whole white strip and Grange play in their normal green. So we're looking forward to a cracking intermediate championship here this evening, Paddy. But I have to say, before we start, I have to say a very special hello to Ryan Kearns in Sydney, Australia. He's watching the game now. I know it's a bank holiday down there this weekend, so he'll be watching it. His brother Justin is part of the Grange team here this afternoon. So good luck to the lads in Sydney enjoying the match. There's no doubt about it. And the time in Sydney as we speak is 5 past 2 in the morning. So he's up and he's listening to the game or watching the game, Paddy. So good luck to them and good luck to everybody tuned in.
Is that a Sunday? Is that Sunday night or Saturday night, Damien?
No, that's 2 o'clock tonight.
Oh, 2 o'clock, right, very good. So well, I suppose he'll be glad of the public holiday then.
He will indeed. So the Graham Moore man is the referee, and that's Patrick O'Neill. So we're getting ready to go here. So Raymond Waters just below us, he's one of the linesmen, and we wait. So Shane O'Neill's are playing, I believe, up the field, I think. Just looking to see where they're lined out here.
Yeah, Grange are playing towards the Cathedral end.
A lovely big catch there, and he's down on his knees, but that's a pick-up. So Grange on the attack towards the Cathedral end here, over in the middle. So again, we wait and we'll keep you posted here of how the game pans out. Long, high ball towards the full forward line, and he comes out. He bounces off the sod, broken down. So Shane O'Neill's got that first, break up that first attack. It's with McCabe. I said, Paddy, earlier on, he would be moving back into defence, but he's come in as a wing half back. And that ball has been kicked long there by Remy Fitzpatrick. And now it's with O'Rourke. O'Rourke puts a lovely pass out on the far side. So Grange have a sweeper in there. The referee, he was going to blow the whistle, but he didn't. And out comes Grange. So Paddy, the two teams, both attacks broke down. There's a bit of a shamuscle there in the middle. The referee stopping the game there. Both teams attacking, and the defence comes on top.
Yeah, one of the noticeable things just at the minute, and it won't surprise too many, but Ethan Rafferty for Grange seems to have moved out around the midfield. He's wearing 14, but he does seem to be playing in midfield, which isn't a huge surprise, I don't think.
So Conor Mackin has stopped Mallon there going down the field, and Ronan Mallon has been stopped in his tracks. Now the ball is in the hands of Ethan Rafferty. The referee's moving the ball up. Somebody spoke or somebody said something to somebody there, so the ball is moved a little bit closer to the scoring zone.
Yeah, and I mean, Damien, those are the balls that are moved up that must drive in management. Absolutely crazy, because that was that wasn't from a scoreable position and it's moved into a scoreable position.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And Ben Toll's taking this one. I thought that was well within Ethan Rafferty's range there, but he's left-footed player too. But Ben's a fairly good footballer and a fair good free taker, and he strikes that one beautifully. And the first score of the afternoon goes to Ben Toll from the Grange.
Yeah, and we'll just maybe take people through the Shane O'Neill's team just to confirm that, Damien. So number 1, Conor McKeown, the goalkeeper, will be taking this kick out. 2, David Boyle. 3, Michael McParland. Left corner back is number 24, Donal Austin. 5, Michal Brady. 6, Porrick Hillen. 7, Gregory McCabe. 8, Ryan McCabe. 9, midfield is Raymond Fitzpatrick. As that ball's on Grange on the attack here, Damien.
Yeah, Grange have a chance here. Michal McCann puts this one up on the air, and he catches this one, but he pulls it to the right and wide, and he would be disappointed because that is an absolute chance there for Grange.
Yeah, so the forward line for Shane O'Neill's number 10, David McCabe. Number 11, Conor Mackin. 12 is Paul O'Rourke. 2 changes in the full forward line from the team in the programme. Eamon McCabe, number 19, is left corner forward. And Kieran Mackin is full forward, and Matthew Gervin starts right corner forward. But you think, Damien, that McCabe's coming out here in the early stages?
Yeah, he's in the half back line. So he's marking. He's picking up Big Rafferty. So he's picking up Ethan Rafferty down there in front of us. So we should see that. So the ball's kicked long. McKeown picks the ball out in the middle of the field, and that's a lovely catch there under no pressure. Well, he put the ball up in there. There's a Grange man down injured here, so the game goes on away over on the far side. Shane O'Neill's holding on to the ball, and young Kieran Mackin comes looking for that ball, but it goes back to Fitzpatrick. Patrick goes on the inside. He's moving out slightly to the right. He's going to take a long shot here, but this ball goes in. And a chance here for Shane O'Neill's. He's going to go forward. The runner's coming in now. He stops, looks out on the outside. There's a runner on the far side, puts it up in the air, and that ball goes over the bar, and that's clipped over the bar there by David McCabe.
Yeah, excellent score there. Excellent score early on. There was a hint of a goal for a second, but that was definitely the right decision then.
Well, Paddy, I don't know. I think it opened up for him. He should have went for it because the space was there. You've got to have a go at them when those opportunities present themselves. You have to have a go at them. So Shane O'Neill's the game's all level here. 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Ben Toll from a free, and David McCabe from play. And I did say earlier on, Mark McCabe, he'll be a big player. He'll have a big say in how this game is going to pan out. I think, Paddy, he had a huge influence in the semi-final when he came on. And as you said, maybe they'll just wait and hold him. But Mick Mackin, the manager, there's a little bit of pushing going down there between a couple of players down here. So it's getting tasty. That's what we want. Championship football. The ball is kicked out, picked up this time by Pádraig Rafferty. 2 men after him. O'Rourke's pushed to the ground there. Rafferty gives the ball away. And now Shane O'Neill's tackle coming in from behind. Ball's on the ground there. Not a little pull. The referee has said play on there. So McKenna, he caught this time. He caught Greg McCabe, so Greg's not happy with that, so we'll be watching that one. But Shane O'Neill's on the attack, the centre half back, Pádraig Hillen hold on to the ball, gives the ball back inside to Ryan McCabe. Ryan McCabe goes on the outside, cutting it inside, McKenna comes in. The referee says that's a free, maybe overcarrying the ball, Paddy.
Yeah, there's a couple of tackles there got in from Micheál McKenna, and the second one he's won the ball back, and it's pumped in forward there by Ethan Rafferty, but that's going to go a wee bit too far, maybe.
Yeah, well,
let's get on to it there, Justin Kieran.
Lovely pick up there along the line, and again, very, very heavy down in that corner down there, and we look up on the screen here, Grange holding on to the ball, pushing it back, a little bit of a push there. Number 13, the corner man, Cathal McKenna, going forward, holds on to the ball, pushing it out wide now. Ethan Rafferty pulls in this one, left footed, puts it up in the air and puts it over the bar, and that's a super score from the boot of the big man. Passed over by Cathal McKenna to Rafferty, and Rafferty just swung the big left peg and up it went and over the bar, Paddy.
Yeah, that's a really inspirational score there, Damien. Just really going to lift Grange early on. Just an absolutely super score, and I suppose. When you have somebody like Ethan Rafferty there, Damien, your shooting zone's a lot higher, and Grange are on the attack again, but excellent intervention there.
Yeah, good job the hand come in there, because if that hadn't come in, Grange were in with a goal chance there. Again, McKeown kicking the high hanging ball. As they say in basketball, hang time was very, very long there, allowing the Grange man to catch the ball. But this time, Shane O'Neill's coming up the field with McCabe. Again, the referee spotted a little bit of a tug up the field, and this will be a handy free for Shane O'Neill's to get a score on the board to level the game.
Yeah,
30 metres out, straight in front of Dalton Road goals here, so a little bit of a tug on the jersey there. Again, Paddy, from a manager's point of view, you'll be very frustrated with that.
Yeah, ball's been advanced there 30-40 metres from a situation in midfield, and now you'd expect Conor Mack will just tap this one over the bar, Damien.
Yeah, he definitely should be able to put that over the bar. We don't want to be putting any sort of a jinx on him, but that's well within his range. So he puts this up in the air and he puts it over the bar at the greatest of ease, so it's all square. So that's a first score of the afternoon for Conor Mackin.
Yeah, all square after 6 minutes. Just very briefly take you through the Grange team. David O'Hagan now is kicking the ball out. Full back line, Shea Cullen, Conor Toll, and Sean Toll. Half back line, number 5, Ronan Mallon. 6, Adam Toll, and 7, Pádraig Rafferty as the referee. Well, there's a man down. I was going to bring you the midfield there, which is James Rafferty and Andrew O'Hagan, and that number 9, Andrew O'Hagan's down on the
referee says
the ground, and
play on.
The referee said, right, okay,
play on.
Yeah,
didn't see what happened.
It looked like the forward line, the half forward line, Justin Kieran, Micheál McKenna, and Owen Rafferty. On the full forward line for Grange, number 13 is Cathal McKenna, Ethan Rafferty, number 14, though he's playing out around the midfield, and then number 15 is Ben Toll, who got the first score of the game. And the ball's picked up here by Matthew Gervin.
It's over on the line, it's gone out, so it's a line ball on the far side for Grange. But there's no doubt about it here. The game has definitely opened up and it's getting a little bit tasty, and that's what you want for championship finals here in this Cormac Leonard commercial sponsored championship final between the Grange and Shane O'Neill's, of course in association with Linwood's Armagh TV. Mallon coming up the field with the ball, hand to toe, and the ball is kicked long down into the corner again. McKenna comes out, he catches that ball. The referee has indicated there's another free, so Paddy, these frees are unforgiven from a manager's point of view. They're easy scores to be given away, and there's no need for them.
No, definitely not. I mean, again, when that ball was picked up, the player who had it, he's back to goal. And the main thing, basically, what you do when you give away a free like that,
you give away a score.
Yeah, and you're basically saying, right, well, instead of tackling you here, I'm gonna have to reverse back 15 metres and let you face the goal and take as much time as you want, and I expect Ben Toll to put this over.
Well, look, there's no doubt about it, and he scored one earlier on from a similar position, so it should be simple enough for Ben Toll. Again, left-footed player coming in at a good angle there. That should be simple enough. And he just gets it, but he pulls it to the right. He should have been going for the other post there. Probably the wee bit of wind that's out there just pulled that, Paddy, but he should have went to the left post rather than the right post.
Yeah, absolutely. They talk about the free takers, those hate missing on the near side.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. But again, McKeown, let's see, will he put a hang one up in the air again? Again, as we see, Paddy, it's up, and this is good for catches. But again, Shane O'Neill gets the break ball. They're coming out. Brady has the ball here, coming long, pushing the ball down towards the forwards. The ball spills out into space. O'Rourke goes down for that one, but who wants it the most? Well, still on the ground. Referee says there's a hand on the ball there, and it's a free for Shane O'Neill's in. And will they go for the point or will they try? Well, I think Mackin again, is he going to take this one? He's going to hit it off the surface, off the sod. So again, well within his range. 2 points apiece here, and we have 9 minutes and 5 seconds gone here in the first half of this intermediate final. And I have to say hello to all the boys up there and Mark Trainers in camera. Mark Trainer says if Shane O'Neill's win tonight, all the boys in the bar at the end will get a free pint. So let's see, will he keep them up to that one? Mackin hits this one. It goes up in the air, and it goes over the bar. Lovely score from the boot of Mackin.
That publican will have plenty of customers, Damien, now that you've announced that live on Inwood's Armagh TV.
Well, he definitely said he would. He would definitely give a pint to every person in the pub if Shane O'Neill's wins this tonight, because he operates in Camla. The ball goes long, broken down here. 2 players looking for the ball. It's picked up there by midfielder McCabe, pushing it down towards O'Rourke. O'Rourke catches the ball. He's waiting for the runner. Mackin's coming in behind him. He gets the ball. The younger of the 2, and there he goes. Kieran, he's been pulled to the ground there. The referee indicates that that's a free. The referee's reaching for his book.
Yeah, is that a trip? Adam Toll, I'd say, is a wee bit concerned here that he could be getting a black card, because that looked to me like a trip.
Don't think, well, we don't know, but no, the referee's put his book away. I don't think he's booked him. He's just probably ticked him here. So this gives Conor Mackin again an opportunity from the left hand side here to put this over the bar, and he's opened up with 2 lovely points. And can he get 3 in a row? We wait for this ball to be kicked in. The score 3-2 in favour of the men from Camla. Conor Mackin puts this one up in the air, but he tries to get the twist on the ball. It doesn't. It just goes straight. And then O'Rourke, the smallest man of the whole, that's sitting in there waiting for the ball. But Shane O'Neill's gathered it up. The ball comes to Kieran Mackin. Kieran Mackin, there's a man knocked down in the middle there. Mackin's going for the return pass. Out on the far side, McCabe gives it out. Well, again, he was taking the chance there, took a lot of steps, puts it up in the air, and that ball is up by Greg McCabe, and Greg McCabe gets the point. That puts Shane O'Neill's 2 points up. Good bit of work there from Shane O'Neill's.
Yeah, no, that was an excellent score there. Greg McCabe, he took on the responsibility himself, and it was a really, really good score. And Grange are looking to try and get a quick kick out away here every time, and that's they've done actually really, really well there. It's picked up by Cahill McKenna now over on the far side of the pitch, and he's been able to release Pádraig Rafferty, who's got a bit of space in front of him here, Damien.
He has a lot of space, and they're calling for the ball down into the full forward line. The ball comes down, the ball's picked up this time by the corner man Toll. Toll puts it in. This time the ball's coming in over the top, and the ball's in the back of the net, and Rafferty gets the score, and it's in the back of the net. The question is, was he standing in the square before the ball was kicked? It doesn't really matter, but the ball ends up in the back of the net, and the big man you don't want in there if you're from Shane O'Neill's is Ethan Rafferty. He palmed the ball to the back of the net, changes the game.
Yeah, but Damien, one of the key points about that goal was that it wasn't a ball that was just lofted into Ethan Rafferty and sliced in. It was delivered with real accuracy, real pace. It was a really dangerous delivery, and when you've got a man like Ethan Rafferty on the edge of the square, it makes sense to use him, and that's a crucial score in this game as Grange lead 1-2-4, and Shane O'Neill's are back on the attack.
Yeah, coming up the field, there's a man out on the outside here. He's going looking for McCabe. McCabe gets the ball now. Well, no, it doesn't go to McCabe. We wait, it's in the centre half back, pushing into O'Rourke. O'Rourke puts the left foot and puts it up in the air and puts it over the bar, and it's all square.
Yeah, great response there. Great response there for Shane O'Neill just to get themselves back level immediately, and that's really, really crucial in terms of motivation, Damien.
No doubt. All square here as we look out.
So the ball's going to be kicked out by David O'Hagan.
Yeah, so the public address man is talking. I don't know what he's saying. We can't really hear him in here. But O'Hagan kicks that ball out. Or Simon O'Hagan goes long. Picked up a little bit of a tug there. There's 2 balls in the field, so that ball will go back to goalkeeper. And we do know, Paddy, that the umpires are not allowed to leave their base at the post to go to look for get the ball out of the road. So that's for sure. They're umpires, not ball boys. And the ball is kicked again. The referee is saying, hold on, what's going on? There's a bit of a shamuzzle here in the middle here. There's boys getting close and personal. A little bit of a tug and a little bit of a push there. And Greg McCabe's in there, no surprise. Micheál McKenna's in there. And we're waiting. So the referee's walking away over on his own. He's calling the 2 boys over. He probably issue a yellow card here, Paddy, I would think. Yeah. Micheál McKenna and Greg McCabe. So It'll be the boys, if they get a card here, they'll be on tender hooks. The referee, he hasn't issued a card. Fair play to him. He's a bit sensible there early in the game. Okay, lads, settle it down. I'm watching this here. So no action taken there. So the ball, we go all the way back up the field here again for this ball to be kicked out, I think. So again, wasting time, I suppose. Paddy, will it be added on? I don't even know where the ball is. We can't find the ball. Oh, it's way over in the corner there. Now it comes back to Simon O'Hagan, the goalkeeper. And again, well, a little bit of confusion here. Nobody knows. Oh, the referee said,
he's back for a kick out.
Go back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, that's about 2 minutes now, Damien. We haven't seen any football played.
And I wonder will them 2 minutes be added on in additional time?
Yeah, and now there's another football. And he's going to get his tea. So hopefully folks will be back on.
I hope he doesn't go and get his tea, Paddy, or we'll be here all day.
Yeah, there's kicking tea, of course.
And we'll be here all day. So you're very welcome to Cormac Leonard, commercial sponsored Armagh Intermediate Championship here this evening in association with Linwoods. The ball is kicked out and the ball is over on the far side, picked up by, again, Shane O'Neill's attacking up the far side of the field, coming back to Kieran Mackin. Kieran Mackin gives it back over this time to Ronan Fitzpatrick. Ronan Fitzpatrick puts a long ball in towards O'Rourke. O'Rourke gathers that one-handed. What a catch! And he puts it up in the air and he puts it over the bar. What a score for him, O'Rourke. Superb Paul O'Rourke point.
That was brilliant, Damien, because I really thought, for all the world, I thought that ball he was going to miss it. It had been overplayed, but he stretched the hand out and then showed the presence of mind to flash it over the bar straight away.
We look at the size of the man that's marking him. O'Rourke's about 6 inches smaller than him, but he just reached up and he caught that ball like Pat Jennings, one-handed, spun round, put it over the bar. Ball goes long.
Brilliantly agile.
Down the referee says a little bit of a push there, so that's a handy enough free for Grange. The score, 1-2 to 6 points. Shane O'Neill's take the lead after getting that goal against them by that big man Rafferty. So Shane O'Neill's defending as Grange attack down the left-hand side. The men's from outside Armagh City here, nestled in the hills of West Armagh. The ball is inside now. A chance for the corner man, Toll. Spinning round, but there's two Shane O'Neill's men after him, away over on the far side. The ball goes back. Still Grange attacking on the far side. Ball's in the hands of Justin Kern. Justin, his brother's watching over there in Australia, and I hope he's okay. So the game comes in, the ball comes in. McKenna, there's a high tackle there. McKenna knew that was coming, and he went down. Again, Paddy, a stupid free to be given away. If you go high, the referee has no option. He has to blow the whistle.
Yeah, and again, especially when players heading away from goal. McKenna was heading towards the... He was heading towards the sideline, and now Grange have an excellent chance to get themselves back in level terms.
No question about it. And as the man says, when we look out there, these are foolish frees to be given away. And I know when we look out, when we get the sideline view later on, the ball is up on the air, coming down. The umpire's gone wide. He was going to lift the flag. He was thinking about it, but it's going wide. Again, that shouldn't be missed.
No, it's championship final. All of these opportunities are crucial. As Shane O'Neill was able to get that quick free kick away there. Yep.
So again, Brady coming up the field with the ball, gives it into Mackin. Mackin comes round, holding on to the ball, waiting on the runner. The runner's out here. This time it's in the hands of Ryan McCabe. Gives it back to Mackin. McCabe back to Mackin down the left hand side here. Mackin pushes it down into the corner. Again, great catch there by Shane O'Neill's. Puts it inside. Little bit of a tug there, but again a chance here for O'Rourke. He's coming forward. He needs to spin round. Puts it up in the air and he stretches and he gets it over the bar.
And what a game he's having, Damien. That's Paul O'Rourke. That's his third point of the game from playing. We've only played 16 minutes.
And again, when he gets the ball, he's going to score because he has that ability and he has that look about him that it's going to be a score. So well done to Paul O'Rourke. Yeah. So 7 points to 1-2 in favour of Shane O'Neill's from Camla.
Yeah, and what's really critical here, Damien, is the fact that Shane O'Neill's, after conceding that goal, have got the next 3 points.
Yeah, and then there was a big push there by Ethan Rafferty in the midfielders there. So Shane O'Neill's get the ball in quick, but McCabe gives that away, but it's in over the top. Mackin comes out, gathers it up. A chance here for Conor Mackin. Spins round, puts it up in the air, and he puts it over the bar. A super strike there from Conor Mackin.
Yeah, it's a wee bit controversial because I have a little bit of sympathy for the Grange people who are suggesting that maybe Conor Mackin fouled on his those little tug in order to get possession there. But certainly when he did get the ball, Damien, he kicked it over excellently. So that's 4 in a row now for Shane O'Neill's, and there's a Muir Fournier who's
he's been told not
talking to. Yeah.
I actually thought they were allowed to go on the field and tell the players what to do, but
they are. It's just maybe the nature of those instructions. I think he might have been telling the referee what to do there rather than his own players, Damien.
Well,
but Raymond Waters was. He was on hand to sort things out. But we do we've a Grange player down. I suppose the cynic in me, Damien. I hope the lad's all right. Obviously, the cynic would suggest it's a good time for Grange to have a player down and try to maybe take a wee bit of momentum, because Shane's have got the last 4 scores since that goal, and they've it's 8 scores to 3 at this stage, and yet the Grange player looks all right as David O'Hagan's about to kick this ball. It goes long. He's aiming for Sean Toll.
Oh, what a catch there! And again, tackle's coming in. The referee's giving him a tackle. So the ball comes long inside to McKenna. McKenna pushes it over on the far side. Again, coming forward midfielder this time, Rafferty. Rafferty checks, but there's 3 Shane O'Neill's men. Gives the ball back to the corner man. The corner man, Toll. Toll's on the outside, gives it to Rafferty. Rafferty puts this one up, and he was trying to get the swing on the turn on the ball. The ball coming down. Thought the referee might have been blowing the whistle there, but the ball's going wide, and that's a poor enough shot there from big Ethan Rafferty.
Yeah, but it's always dangerous when the defender makes contact after the ball's been kicked, Damien, because you run the risk that the referee's going to bring the ball in for a free 13 metres from goal, but he didn't on that occasion.
Well, sometimes what they're doing now, Paddy, is they're giving the advantage and then they're bringing it back. When I played, if you get pushed, where the ball landed is where you got the free, and that was a great advantage. But the ball comes long again out into the middle of the field, and again, Grange gather that ball up under no pressure, away out on the far side, the wing half forward. Justin Kernan puts that up in the air, and is it going over the bar? It's going wide. That's a couple of poor shots from Grange.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've got that bit of possession after conceding those scores, Damien, but they're 3 points down, and to be honest, Damien, with 20 minutes played here in the Intermediate Championship final, Grange need a score.
Well, look, there's no doubt about it, but Shane O'Neill's, they're definitely playing the better football here, that's for sure. The ball comes long, again out into the far side, broken down, picked up by McKenna, but the ball spills out, it's on the ground. A little bit of a push there, waiting on the referee to blow the whistle. No whistle, the Shane's man's down the ground, and he's going to get caught. The referee, don't know what he's doing here, he's giving the free for, well, he's giving the free
for over carrying or holding on possession too long.
I sort of thought he was going to give it up the field, and then I thought he was going to give it down the field, and then he just pointed down, and the linesman's out on the far side. So it's all happening here in the ecclesiastical capital, where we have Shane O'Neill versus the Grange here, and both of these teams fancy their chances here. Grange will be coming in as favourites, I know that, and I was talking to Mick Mackin last night. He had the games last night, and Mick Mackin says he just was quietly confident, but not saying too much.
No, well, I suppose you do the talking on the field. I think this is Jamer Rafferty having a go at this from the ground. He's kicked it. It's not a bad effort.
Off the crossbar. That ball just kind of juked in onto the crossbar in the back of the net, just scraped to the top of the crossbar. And that was so close because the keeper sort of took his eye off it there.
Yeah, but it was an outstanding point, Damien, to be able to get one. It was. It must have been, as the crow it would have been more than 45 metres from goal, because it was right over towards the sideline and not that far from the 45-metre line. So really excellent strike.
Well, we have to say hello to Conor McGinn and all the McGinns over there. Conor, Kate, Thomas and Nessa McGinn watching over in St Helens in England, enjoying their game here. Shane O'Neill's again. Grange cat the ball in the middle of the field, and Conor, we're over the big wedding over there in California as well. It's great to have you on board, Conor. The ball comes in into the top. A chance here. Rafferty gets it. Turns around. Off the crossbar. Ball should have been in the back of the net, but it hit the crossbar, still shaking, but out the field. Shane O'Neill's come with the ball. Up the middle. Holding on. Driving up the field, McCabe. He's looking for the runner. The runner comes from Mackin. The two county men combine. Mackin puts the ball long down towards O'Rourke. The wee man, he catches it again. He just seems to clutch. And what a chance here. O'Connor Mackin's taken down. And could this be a black card?
I think that's a black. That has to be a black card. That's a trip.
He was taken out.
He's deliberately taking him down. Well, maybe I suppose you could argue that it's a yellow because it wasn't a pull, but to my mind that's a trip. But Damien, Ethan Rafferty, I was watching him there. Shane O'Neill took that ball away. He had his head in his hands for about 30 seconds there. He can't believe that as he turned there and fired that shot that it rattled off the crossbar. Are we about to see the first black card of the game?
Owen Rafferty's pleading with the referee. A yellow card, ref. Oh, he was lucky. He was lucky there because Mackin was through if he had to get past him, and he was motoring. And again, the Shane O'Neill's boys are questioning the referee, but the referee knows his rules here. He's made the decision.
Yeah, I can see. I mean, I suppose what he's arguing is that it wasn't a trip. It wasn't a deliberate pull down. It was it was a tough challenge.
It was. He had to do.
Conor Mackin was going no further, and that was that. As far as Owen Rafferty was concerned. But again, Damien, Paul O'Rourke was the instigator there, and he's actually about to, having scored 3 from play, he's now to go from a free, and that's his 4th point of the match.
And he just got that over the bar and no more. But going back to that incident, maybe the boys might be able to pick it up later and have another look at it there. Questionable one there, but the referee gave the yellow card. Shane O'Neill's responded well. 1-3 to 9. Shane O'Neill's 3 points ahead, and as I say, the McGinns over there in Well, there's a little bit of a pull down there, so Conor Mackin can feel himself a little bit lucky as well. So it was good for the goose, it's good for the gander here in the athletic grounds. Ronan Mall, again, Ronan does a lot of attacking for Grange, pulled to the ground, so the ball is pushed away over on the far side. This time allowing Grange to come down the field, away over on the far side, down the field they're coming. Hand to toe, nobody marking him, pushing the ball over on the far side. Owen Rafferty puts a lovely ball in towards Ethan Rafferty again, and the tactic again. Two big man, get the ball in. Micheál McKenna spins round, puts it up in the air, but that's in the hands of Conor McKeown. Micheál McKenna be very disappointed with that one. Should have been over the bar.
It's very frustrating for for Grange, Damien, because their tactic is working. They're getting good quality ball in. They're getting it to Ethan Rafferty, but they created 2 excellent chances there, but they got no reward for them. Yeah, so for instead of being maybe a point ahead, they're still 3 points down.
McCabe runs into traffic.
What a tackle from McKenna.
Yeah, but McCabe run into traffic there, and he was never getting through. So the ball's in the hands this time off McKenna. Cahill going forward out on the outside, puts it on his left foot, puts it up in the air, and does he get it over the bar? Going wide, Paddy.
Yeah, again, that's a lot of misses here for Grange, Damien.
Going back to this incident here, McKenna stole the ball in McCabe. You can see exactly what McCabe was going to do. He just looked up, run straight into 3 men wearing green jerseys. The ball was robbed of him, put down to Cahill McKenna, and Cahill would be very disappointed that ball wasn't over the bar.
Yeah, that's been just a chance. There's 1-2's been missed now in the last 5 minutes or so, Damien, and there's only 5 minutes to play, and it's been a very, very entertaining first 25 minutes here in the Cormac Leonard sponsored Armagh Intermediate Championship final.
And look who's out in the middle of the field catching the ball, young Kieran Mackin. And again, well, you can't fist the ball forward there. So, lucky enough, some referees would have said that was a foul ball. But now this allows Shane O'Neill's to get the ball up the field. McCabe away over on the far side, checks on the inside, being tugged. Gives the ball to the runner on the outside.
Advantage being played here.
And it's up in the air, and it's over the bar. And that's a super score from Shane O'Neill's.
And that's the story of that last minute, Damien. That's the story of this first half. The simple difference between the teams is that Shane O'Neill's are a lot more efficient. There doesn't seem to be a lot between the teams in terms of their possession and their territory, but Shane's are the team that's kicking the ball over the bar.
Yeah, and again, this time McKenna going forward. Mallon's on the outside. McKenna puts this one down towards the big man on the edge of the square. Off his head, catches the ball, spins around, puts it up in the air. And that's a lovely score from Ethan Rafferty.
Brilliant.
Super score, under pressure. Caught the ball, bounced off his head, captured it again, spun round, put it over the bar.
Oh yeah, that's super. And I mean, that is I suppose that's the one danger. I mean, this first half's gone really, really well for Shane O'Neill, but they are struggling to cope with Ethan Rafferty. He started off first few minutes, he played around midfield, Damien, but since he's gone to the edge of the square, he's absolutely terrorising Shane O'Neill's defence.
Well, I know one thing. I always believe if you have a big man can catch a ball down, that's as good as any tactic you have. What a catch by Mack in there.
Brilliant.
And he gives the ball out to the runner. McCabe's going forward this time. A chance here for Shane O'Neill's to go up the field. David McCabe goes on the outside, cuts on the inside, hand to toe, bounces the ball, looks for the runner on the outside, but it didn't come. A little bit of confusion there. Yeah, this now allows Grange with Justin Kernan. His brother's over in Sydney watching him here. He's probably shouting, come on, our fella. McKenna has the ball, gone up, gives it back to Kearns. Over on the far side, he's going to pull the trigger now, gets it up, puts it in. The keeper comes out and he catches the ball just as it was going over the crossbar. Back out to McCabe. The ball comes all the way out here to the midfielder, Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick holds on to the ball, gone up the field, hand to toe with the ball, holding on to the ball, waiting on the runner. The runner's coming on the inside now. Again, the ball's given away again on the ground. Foot comes in, the ball's kicked along the ground, and again, ball given away there. Tackles coming in left, right, and centre. Cornerman pulls him to the ground. Lucky enough to be getting away with that one. And Matthew Garvin needs to watch himself. There's many as a referee would say that's a pull down and that's a black card. So Matthew Garvin has been called to the referee. 27 minutes almost elapsed here. Donald Austin. Donald Austin comes walking towards the referee, and
he's a worried man, I suspect.
He is indeed. And he's not hearing his confessions, that's for sure. What colour of a card will it be? It must be going to be a yellow one because he's walking away. He's probably said to the ref what colour, and the referee, yellow card. So maybe the referee doesn't like these black cards. Maybe he's like me, Paddy. So I know there's a big convention on. Is it today or this week about these black cards and yellow cards and all that sort of stuff? But this again now.
Yeah, it's all struck me, Damien, the sin bins. Really a better punishment as such. Because you don't ruin the player's day, but it's a genuine punishment in terms of the team.
Toll, a lovely score from Toll. Again, he gets it. Ooh, goes to the right again. Yeah. White. He didn't learn from the first one he took that went to the right hand sside. That should have been a score.
Yeah, and it looked for all the world like it was going to be a score, Damien, but it just curled away at the last moment.
No doubt about it, Paddy. And look, the yellow the yellow sin bin works well in ladies football. It works in ice hockey and the whole lot. You know, you can have your power play for 10 minutes, and that's a big advantage for any team. No doubt about it, and I prefer that. I know we had it in a couple of years ago, but some of the managers didn't like it and it was pulled. But the ball's coming out in the middle of the field, and Mackin goes up. Kieran Mackin, he just looked as if he had springs in his heels there. Ball's kicked into space on the far side. Shanes were lucky enough to get away with that one because the foot came in, and who comes out? O'Rourke gathers the ball. He's on his knees. He's spinning around looking for somebody. The ball comes back again, very, very tight over the far sideline. Ball's dinked inside. Chance here for Shane O'Neill's way over on the far side. The ball's coming down, and now the ball spills out over the top, but again the cover is there from Cullen. Shea Cullen gets the pass out, and again this allows Grange to come up the right hand side with the ball, coming forward, holding on, tackles coming in, big shoulder there, and he's gone over the line. The linesman's down as well. Big Mr. Bades has been cowped down along the line there, but he's back up again. Little bit of confusion along the line there, and we wait for somebody to make a decision down there.
Yeah, to my mind, that was a foul. That was not shoulder to shoulder. The shoulder was into the back, and I think the referee's got that one right.
Well, the linesman, somebody has said something to the linesman. The flag is up. The linesman, he was pointing the ball for Shane O'Neill's, so it's a Shane O'Neill's line ball. So it's all happening here as we look out. Raymond Waters, again, there's another man down here. We didn't see what happened in front of us here, Paddy. So
no, there's so much happening here, folks, that we're trying to keep. I don't think people can't see. It's just out of shot for our viewers, Damien.
So
there's a bit of
something happened
here. 4
here.
or 5 people sort of pushing around. It's a Grange man, isn't it, on the ground?
Don't know what happened there. We didn't see it. The two umpires are still standing at their posts. The press box looking right in here. Total bewilderment. Don't know what went on here. Little bit of a push and tug down there. The linesman was knocked to the ground. The referee's tonguing the linesman. There's a man down injured on the far side, and Joe McManus walks into the press box to keep calm while everybody else is going mad. Down below us here. Again, little bit of pushing and shoving here, holding on to the ball. Mick Mackin has the ball. Mick Mackin could push there. And again, Adrian O'Hagan has pushed Mick Mackin. And Mick's a big man to be pushing, that's for sure. But again, this all happened here because the linesman fell in a mangle of players there. And this now allows McCabe to get the ball.
They've gone right back now, and they did give the line ball. We're going to have a line ball to Shane O'Neill's. To my mind, that should have been a free to Grange. But
Mackin
I think at this
one.
stage, we just want the game on again.
So
here,
Mackin
Damien.
puts the ball in on top, and then O'Rourke's in behind. And how did he catch that one? He gets the ball again. This man is absolutely playing fantastic football here. Little ding pass out. That's to Mackin. Mackin's been pushed. That's a free in for sure. That's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
But Paddy, going back to the 2 incidents or 3 incidents that happened here. Like there was one over here where somebody's injured. There was 2 minutes. There was a good minute and a half here as well. So it'd be interesting to see how many minutes the referee would play.
Well, to my mind, there should be 5, Damien.
Yeah, there should be.
There's been so many stoppages in that first half. There was if you remember, there was that whole with the football, the
2 balls
footballs
in the field. So it's all happening.
To my mind, there should be 5 minutes. But more importantly, from Shane O'Neill's perspective, they're 4 points clear now because Conor Mackin has kicked his 5th point of the game. Yes. 3 of those have been from frees.
Super strike from Mackin again. Almost 31 minutes gone here. 3 minutes. Well, there's more than 3 minutes, Paddy. Yeah, that's for sure. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, and it is very frustrating. David, we talked actually a bit about the sin bin, and one of the big objections to the sin bin was the amount of time that it led then to wasting when the players was down. And someone in GA will have to get a hold of our timekeeping here because it's atrocious.
Yeah, and again, going from the women's point of view, something like that happens, the clock stops, and then the game goes on, and that's the women definitely are a step ahead of the men and how they run the game. There's no doubt about that. The time clock is a factor. The yellow card or the sin bin is a factor here. But Ethan Rafferty's coming to hit this one. Ben Toll missed 2 from out round this side, and Ethan Rafferty's going to try and get this one over the bar. They actually need this 1-4 to 11.
Definitely, Damien. This is a really, really critical kick in the context of this game.
No doubt about it whatsoever. And we look out here. Ethan Rafferty's taking a long run at the ball in this Cormac Leonard commercial-sponsored Armagh Championships in association with Linwood's Armagh TV. Ethan Rafferty, the big man from the Grange. His father's down there. He played for Armagh for years, and he played for Grange even longer. Rafferty hits this one. He's caught it lovely. Is it
brilliant.
going over? Oh, what a score. Oh, that's a beauty. That's an absolute cracking score. And again, a little bit of pushing and shoving going on down there again. Linesmen are watching it there. But Ethan Rafferty, well, he rattled the crossbar. He shook the crossbar. He cracked the crossbar. But that time he put it over the crossbar. What a score. And that's 1-5. That's 8 to 11. 1 and 5 is 8. Tell your child that at school and the teacher would hit you. She wouldn't hit you. You're not allowed to hit you. But again, a little bit of a push there.
Anyway, folks, Raymond Fitzpatrick will pick this one up and clear. Long ball in, Damien.
Yes, again, it's in over the top. And look, he's there for it. O'Rourke, he spins round the back. But the referee says...
He's got a free.
Yeah, a little bit of a push and a shove. And Paul O'Rourke is playing... using all his experience and all his finance here, because I can tell you one thing about him. Every time the ball goes near him, he's nearly like a magnet. The ball just seems to stick with him. So this now allows Shane O'Neill's to put this one over the bar, and I would say once this goes over the bar, the referee would probably blow the whistle with 2 balls in the field. The referee now kicks one away, and Conor Mackin takes the opportunity to take this ball and kick it over the bar. 33 minutes and 7 seconds. We reckon there could have been another 2 or 3 minutes additional time added on. So we'll wait to see, will this ball be dispatched over the top of the crossbar on the far side. Mackin hits this one, and he puts it up, and he scores his 6th point off the afternoon.
Yeah, and I mean, that's Shane O'Neill's 4 points clear, Damien. And that's, I mean, it's just been their efficiency in front of goal. And is the referee going to allow it? No, he's not.
No, that's it.
So it's half time. The half time score in the Athletic Grounds here in the Cormac Leonard Armagh Intermediate Championship final is Shane O'Neill's 12 points, Grange 1-5. And Damien, 12 points is a absolutely brilliant display of kicking in 30 minutes of football.
Look, there's no question about it, and I suppose one of the main men for that has been Paul O'Rourke, between Paul O'Rourke and Conor Mackin, they've scored most of them there, but Paul O'Rourke, every time the ball comes to him, he seems to be able to get his hands on it, and Mackin is on fire here tonight. The last game he was a wee bit off, but this evening he's really firing on all cylinders, and Shane O'Neill's are looking in a good place here as we look out with the sunshine in the Athletic Grounds, and we're going to see, can we get a view here from Conlon? So we'll maybe get a sideline view here as the half-time break comes, and he's sideline. He's going to have to confuse me. He's shaking his head.
Yep.
He says,
Sean Casey of sideline.
Sideline eye, and I'm saying sideline view. I don't know. It's the view I'm looking at here. Sean, come on in here and grab a hold of that mic there and get in here. And there's the mic there. So we're going to get you talking here as we look out at the teams coming off. And Paddy, keep your cans on there. Sean, come in here and stand, and we're going to face the camera here. I keep getting you the view, but it's the eye, because I should know that because I've got bad eyes.
Sideline eye, yeah.
Well, Sean, in the name of God, can you explain what happened in that first half there?
Yeah, sensational game here. Grange long ball tactics really working it through for them. Ethan Rafferty's hit 1-3 there. 1-2 from play, so he's really shining.
And he also nearly cracked the crossbar.
Crossbar as well. But going the other road then, it was Paul O'Rourke. He was the main man. He's kicked 4 points. His unbelievable hands. His catching,
and he's small. Like he's a small guy.
Yeah, he's small, but his first touch is sensational. And as you see, going by BMAC analysis, they've scored 11 points, and 5 of them have been from their own kick-out. So the kick-out retention has been huge.
There's no doubt about it, and as I say, when we look at all this information, there's lots and lots of information on BMAX, all this stuff here in front of us here. But here's the bottom line: when you look out and you see the score, Shane O'Neill's are ahead by 12 points to 1-6 or 1-5 or whatever it is here. Sorry, 1-5 to 12 points, and that's the difference. Shane O'Neill's are able to get scores. Even when Grange got the goal, they come up the field and they were able to get a couple of points very, very quickly after. And then Ethan Rafferty, I think the crossbar's still shaking down there.
Yeah, and even after the goal, Shane O'Neill's come up straight back up the field and answered superbly. Paul O'Rourke got a score to level it again, and Shane O'Neill's they're comfortable going forward. I think they've hit one wide all day, so they're so good going forward. And Conor Mackin and Paul O'Rourke are really working
on fire.
Upstairs.
Paddy, in relation to last night's game, I know the conditions were terrible, but this game has definitely been maybe better than some of the games last night.
Oh yeah, well you sometimes get that, styles make fights, as they say in boxing, and there's an element of that too. There's an element of that. The two teams have gone to play football. Grange are sort of playing a very sort of traditional, putting their best player Ethan Rafferty on the edge of the square, and that's we've seen some wonderful. I mean that catch that he produced before that. Before the shot that ricocheted off the crossbar was absolutely outstanding. It was what people love watching. It's what they associate as traditional Gaelic football.
Well, we've got McGinn's watching in St. Helens, and we've got them watching over in New York. Pat McGinn, normally he's a steward here, but he's in New York and he's walking around Central Park with his mobile phone watching the game. So he says, "Greetings from Central Park, New York, young McCullough and Paddy." Well, I like the young McCullough there. So Paddy, they're watching the game in Australia, in New York, in England, and all over the place here. And hopefully, maybe we'll get some more information coming through as the game comes on here. But we have to say, this game has definitely been an eye-opener. I know Grange was the favourites coming in here, and I talked to Mick Mackin just out here last night, and he says, look, Grange are the favourites, he says, but I would prefer to come in here under the radar. He says, we have nothing to lose, the pressure's on Grange. underneath us now, there's serious pressure in the Grange changing room.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you look at just in terms of the number of scores, we have it's 12 scores to 6. And that, Shane O'Neill's are, they're playing playing really, really well. And the Grange, their tactic is working in terms of actually getting Rafferty onto the ball, but they haven't got the scores off it. That one off the crossbar. There's a couple other opportunities, Sean, that just went astray. So yeah, I mean, it's Grange are definitely in a difficult position because 12 points. If you add on another 6 or 7 to that, as you'd expect at the very least, you're getting to sort of 19, 20 points, and not too many games lost with that sort of scoreline.
I suppose the Grange they're scoring. They've missed a couple of frees as well, which Ben Toll missed 2 frees, and Jason Kieran on the far side as well. So they are getting scoring chances. They're creating the chances. It's their execution that's letting them down. And in terms of favouritism, I mean, I was talking to the college land manager last week, and he was his determination was there was no favourites in championship final day. Anything can happen, and that's what you're seeing there today. Shane O'Neill's aren't playing like underdogs. They're just going out. They're not worried about the occasion. They get out and they're playing football, and it's working a treat for them.
And they're playing well within themselves. They're expressing themselves. They're not under pressure. They're not pushing the game. Everything's going for them. So for the next 10 minutes, Grange have a huge question to ask themselves. As they say, the third quarter is a huge moment in any game. If Shane O'Neill steady the ship here, ping off 1 or 2 points, then Grange are under serious pressure. But having said that, lads, the long ball in, and with Rafferty on the end there, you have a chance. But the scoring goals, to me, is the cathedral end here, and Shane O'Neill's are playing into it. Yeah,
well, I mean, that'll be one thing there in the second half, Damien. It's a sort of game, even if Shane O'Neill's were 5 or 6 points up, there's always going to be that goal threat, and Grange will retain that. So we want to, the game's going to be exciting, I suspect, right to the end, because there is always the chance of Grange getting those major scores.
Well, all I can say, Paddy, is that Mark Trainer's under pressure in Camla if Shane O'Neill's win this match.
Does that free pint include the Cruppin supporters, Damien? Or?
Paddy, I think if they win, we can maybe call it on the way home.
Surely.
So listen, what we're going to do is here, we have a lot of wee question here. Can't read the writing here. In Florence, Kieran, somebody's writing.
Yeah, so it's Kevin and Colin Savage are watching the game in Florence in Italy.
Oh, Kevin Fox. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, Mickey Savage, sorry, Mrs. Chairman.
Yeah.
Mrs. Chairman.
The First Lady of Armagh.
The First Lady of Armagh is in Florence in Italy. The question is, why is the chairman not in Florence?
Well, that's, I suppose, a very, very busy. October's a very busy month for anybody involved in GA club administration.
But that's what vice chairman are for. They can take over. So, hello, everybody over there in Florence and Italy. Bring us home a little magnet, will you? Bring us in a little magnet. There you go. I'm asking Mrs. Chairman to bring us home a magnet. So they're delighted to have people tuned in all over the place here, all around the world. And we have Justin Kern's brother. He's in Sydney. He's watching this here now. And I would say it's like 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the morning there. Lucky enough, I don't think he's work because it's a bank holiday tomorrow in Sydney. So, what can I say? You're under pressure here. What we're going to do is we're going to take a quick break here, maybe get a cup of tea or something, get a little break, and we'll be back very, very shortly. Well, you're very welcome back to the athletic grounds here, where there was some intense debate about how the game was panning out. Who had the biggest talk down below? That's the question that will be asked in the next 5 minutes. So
yeah, and Damien, just picking up here on some of the statistics there, they've just and very, very interesting here when you look at it. The two teams have had the same amount of possession, 20 possessions each. Grange have actually had more attacks, they've had more shots, they've had 16 shots compared to Shane O'Neill's 13. But as we know, the only statistic that really makes any difference at the end of the game is the one on the scoreline, and that's where if you just look there, scores to shots. Shane O'Neill's have had 13 shots and 12 scores. Grange have had 16 shots and 6 scores, and that is the reason why we have. That is the reason why Grange are in the position that they are.
And again, productivity. Grange has only 4, but Shane O'Neill's have 6. So that would probably be another statistic that would be very important. But we wait now for Shane O'Neill's to come out. And thanks to everybody for tuning in all around the world and further afield, to Florence, to Sydney, to New York, to California, to South Armagh, to North Armagh, to Mid Armagh. And I'm sure, Paddy, the game's on up in your own club.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I mean, again, just looking at here, some fantastic information coming through here in the shot locations there. David, I don't know if we can get it up. I don't think we can get it up on screen. But if you look there at the Shane O'Neill's of their shots, the majority of them are in the central positions. The central positions, just either on the edge of the D or even a wee bit closer. Whereas of their 13 shots, 8 of them have been in central positions, and whereas with Grange, of their 16 shots, only 5 of them have been in central positions. And again, shooting location, Damien, is absolutely critical facet of Gaelic football.
No doubt about it. You must score from the scoring zone. But Shane O'Neill's, they have done all that. Grange have maybe missed a couple of frees that normally they're free takers, Paddy. They would be normally nailing them.
Yeah, and they have been difficult frees, to be fair to them. They haven't been missing simple ones, as Shane O'Neill's come out onto the field there and doing a bit of hopping about there just to get themselves
psyched up for the second half,
get themselves ready or loosened up and whatever it is. And we're almost set to go here, folks, in the second half to decide who wins the Cormac Leonard Armagh Intermediate Championship for 2019.
Well, it's getting very close here, and we await for the second half to start. So the referee's out there. There could be substitutions coming in, but we'll keep you posted of that as the game goes on here, as we look out. So we just wait for the call to be made for the referee. He's holding on over the far side there. So we wait for the second half to start here, Paddy, and the crowd starts to lift. There's a good crowd here in the athletic grounds. The game's going to start to bounce here. The sun has come out on the far side. The referee says step outside the 45. The game is on. The ball is up in the air. Rafferty goes up, knocks it down, and this time he gathers it. He's driving up the field. He's got a little bit of a tug there. The ball's on the ground. Ethan Rafferty has the ball, spins round, gives the ball back to his other midfielder. The big midfielder that time was O'Hagan. O'Hagan gets the ball, passes it out. The high ball's in. It's dropping down, Paddy. It's coming down in and over the top. A chance for Grange here. He's on his knees, but he had the ball. He dropped it. Shane O'Neill's gets the ball out with McCabe, and they're coming up the field with the other McCabe, Eamon McCabe, but no relation. Still McCabe. McCabe has the ball. Shane O'Neill's man was taken out on the far side. The ball goes down the left-hand side here. Way over the far side, Gervin getting it up, and there's that Austin over on the far side trying to get the ball up. Yep. So it gets the ball in now. The runner comes, checks round, he's been held there. The referee says play on. Conor Mackin has his hands on the ball. Back to O'Rourke. O'Rourke spins round one way, gives it back to Mackin. Mackin's going to pull the trigger. He puts it up in the air. Is it going over the bar? It's gone over the wide. It's gone wide.
Yeah, and that would have been a really inspirational shot. But just interesting, Damien, I was praising the Shane O'Neill shot selection. That was a very ambitious effort to be taken on, right over near towards the sideline almost, Steph. He was near the sideline, near the 45-metre line.
The way he was kicking them, you would have thought that one over the bar, but it's down this end of the field, and I always say those are the gravitational pull of the hill all the time there. John Morrison, God be good, the great John Morrison. John used to tell me it was a poor shot selection, but I still think it's the hill, the pull of the hill down this far side here. So it didn't go over the bar. The same thing happened to Grange. So the Shane O'Neill's man's up. He's fit to go on the far side. So I think that's maybe McCabe over there.
Yeah, Grange getting away with these short kickouts again.
Ryan McCabe, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Shane O'Neill seemed happy enough, Damien, to be honest, to let them get the short
Micheál
kicks.
McKenna gets the ball this time back. Again, the high ball in. That seems to be the tactic from Grange. And they want to catch again here, but there's nobody coming off. The jersey's pulled there. The referee didn't see it. The ball is knocked down. The keeper comes out. He picks it up. He's coming out. He gets the ball away. And the tactic from Grange is get the ball in. But if they're going to put the ball in, Paddy, they need somebody working off the big full forward here. So again, Fitzpatrick gets the ball out on the far side, and now Brady has the ball, holding on to the ball on the far side, spins around, he's on the ground, he needs to get rid of that ball, he's going to get caught. The referee says that's a free, and it's a free in for Shane O'Neill's.
And just, folks, to bring you news of a half-time substitution, Grange, number 19, Colin Rafferty is on. I'm not 100% certain. I suspect it might be number 12, Owen Rafferty, who's yellow carded in the first half, who's come off, but I'll try to confirm that. But definitely that full forward catching, that was Colin Rafferty. So it'll be interesting now if they're going to leave him in on the edge of the square. Damien, Ethan Rafferty's maybe going to play out the field a wee bit.
The two balls went into Rafferty. He got both of them, Paddy, and it was causing pandemonium in on the square. But unfortunately, Grange had nobody walking off him. Shane O'Neill's had people around him swamping him, so he couldn't get the pass or the ball away. So again, now a chance for Grange to get the score on the board here, 1-5-12. So he takes a long step back, and the ball goes, and it's gone. Oh, it's not gone out. It's still in play here. To wait it to get the ball out. Runs into traffic there, gets it out on the far side, and Shane O'Neill's come out. Lucky enough there because they all seem to stop. And this ball comes across. He needs to wait on it. He's waiting on it. He gets pushed in the back. This time the corner man gets up the field. Toll. He's going forward. He holds on to the ball. Micheál McKenna has it. He puts it up on the left foot, and it's off the post, and it's over the bar.
Badly needed score there. Actually, Micheál McKenna has been having a very good game, but that was his first score of the game, and Grange really needed that first point in the second half, didn't they, Damien?
Oh, they definitely, absolutely needed that score. 3 minutes and 30 seconds gone. The first score of the second half by Grange. So Grange get themselves on the scoreboard for the second half. Shane O'Neill's maybe just sort of, maybe the half-time come at the wrong time for them, and they're on top here. So we'll wait for McKeown to get this ball out, puts it out, the ball's hanging in the air again, and this is great for midfielders coming running. But again, Grange get the ball away over on the far side, the midfielders coming up the field. Rafferty tacks on the inside, puts it out to Micheál McKenna. He scored a point a minute ago. He's been put under a lot of pressure. The ball comes back. This time again, Grange have a man over on the far side. The ball comes all the way across to Rafferty. He goes on the outside, and he's going to put this in the left foot, puts it up in the air, and this time it just goes still in play, and it's caught again, but the referee said square ball. But Paddy, this goes to the goal that Rafferty scored in the first half. Like, he was definitely standing in the square. It was a free kick. The ball came in and was put over the bar. So the square ball was given there, but it doesn't really matter. Shane O'Neill's coming with the ball out on the far side. McCabe gathers that one up. Lucky enough, he didn't sort of pick that off the ground. He's holding on to it. He gives it across to his big midfielder. Again, Fitzpatrick holds on, goes forward up the middle with the ball, hand to toe. Again, dinks into O'Rourke. And again, O'Rourke gathers the ball up, and there's two men on top of him. And that man is
brilliant stuff.
He's a magnet there when he goes in, and I can tell you.
I mean, apart from the 4 points that he scored, Damien, 3 from Clay, he's also been responsible for 2 frees, hard-won frees in front of goal. He's just having an absolutely outstanding game. And I mean, that's what you really want to produce your best football on the day of the championship final, and certainly Paul O'Rourke's the person who's doing that.
No doubt, and I see Justin Kernan and David Doyle getting it very close and personal down below us here. The linesman goes out into the middle of the field there, and we await for the decision to be made. So again, O'Rourke's hitting this one a wee bit far out from maybe, puts it up in the air, but again, Paddy, we've seen this in the first half. The ball just seems to drift to the right and wide, and again, that should have been a score.
Should have been, yeah, absolutely. The straight in front of is maybe 35 metres out, relatively central. Definitely should have been over the bar. What a fantastic fetch there at midfield for Grange.
So they're going up the field with the ball. Rafferty's on the outside here, calling for the ball. It's going to go to Ethan Rafferty now. Ethan Rafferty has the ball, his left foot. He holds on to it. He goes past his man there, puts it up on his right this time, and spins it round. And what a strike from the boot of Ethan Rafferty. He pulled it in with his left, turned on, hit it with his right, and put it over the bar. And he wouldn't be known for right-footed points, but you can nail that one on the board because that's as good as you're going to see.
Yeah, that's an absolutely brilliant point. That's 1-4 Ethan scored today, 1-3 from Clay. He's having an exceptional match. But it was just, obviously the defender there, Damien, definitely thought that he was going to continue on his left, turned inside, and there's a man has gone down here, and it was right in front of the linesman, and this could spell danger for Raymond Fitzpatrick.
It could be, because the linesman seen it there. The Grange management was screaming into the umpire's ears there, and Raymond Fitzpatrick could be in a little bit of bother here. Again, the referee's talking to the linesman. There's going to be serious consequences from this. Raymond Fitzpatrick is being told to walk away. The referee's calling him over. Fitzpatrick could be in dire straits here. There's no doubt about that. The linesman has spoken to the referee. The referee, he's taking the book out. He's writing it down here. The question is, what colour of a card will it be? If it was a strike, he's going to have to go.
I think it's going to be red, because he's not saying too much to him, and that generally suggests that that the card's going to be red. So
Well, we wait
It's going to
here.
be critical seconds here, Damien, as we wait for the production of this card.
The referee's having the discussion here. Maybe it might be yellow.
Yeah.
They're having a long talk here. Fitzpatrick is pleading his innocence here. One was he done this and me, and I done that, and him, and
I think he's about to go, but if you look at his body language, he's a very upset man.
so the referee, he goes. I think it's going to. Well, the referee, he's motoring on up the field to talk to his umpires.
The umpire, there's absolute drama here, as you can see there.
But
on the
Paddy, this
camera.
wastes time again. Remember in the first half the amount of time that was wasted for different things. The referee just trundles all the way up to his umpires. He's going to be asking the umpires here. This is a huge call here.
Oh, it is, sure.
Huge call.
He's right to take the advice of the umpires, Damien, but just on the timekeeping point, I maybe said, just by the way, the comments that it made about it being atrocious, that's something as an association I'm talking about, not just not necessarily just today, but just as an association, it's something that we have to sort out.
Well, there's a simple answer. Have a timekeeper. It works.
But I tell you, I really don't mind a referee over a critical decision here over whether somebody gets a red card or not that could decide a championship. I've no issue with the referee taking as much time as he feels he needs, but it's about adding that on at the end of the game. And these are critical moments as he heads back up towards Raymond Fitzpatrick.
Raymond Fitzpatrick is taking the long walk and he's holding his breath. There's no doubt. This is the longest walk Raymond Fitzpatrick will take this week, that's for sure. And it's a red. Yeah, so it's a red card. So Shane O'Neill's now down to 14 players, and red card for the big man in the middle of the field, and he must have caught Andrew Higgin. Andrew's in a lot of difficulty here underneath us here. So again, Raymond Fitzpatrick walks off the field, and now this leaves Shane O'Neill's down with one man. In a championship final this time, Raymond Fitzpatrick, he's walking towards the linesman and he's not very happy here. He's probably saying, he hit me first and whatever, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, there's nothing he's going to do about it now,
Yeah. So now we'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. So again, it's getting very, very tasty out there. David McCabe's in there in the middle talking to the referee as well, and Rafferty gets up. So we're going to be waiting now for the next 5 minutes. So 1-7, Shane O'Neill's haven't scored here in the second half yet. Oh, there's another one here now, and front, and the referee's there.
There's nothing in that.
Right, okay, so McCabe's down, and we wait to see the umpire or the linesman's here. It's all happening here in the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland.
That was a push. I mean, David, I didn't really see it, but as far as I could see, what happened there, Damien, was that David McCabe got up as Andrew Hagan got back to his feet. David McCabe came over him, probably giving off that he felt that he'd got his teammates sent off, and I think it was really just a push away.
Well, again,
I'd be very surprised if this is a red card. But
if you lift your hand, this could be. Well, the referee's telling maybe he's not going to take any action here. Is he looking for somebody? No, he's not. He's holding on to this. Well, the referee is he must have stopped his watch here, so he's saying, let's get on with the game here, and no action to be taken. So it's all happening here on the athletic grounds.
I think that's whatever about the first decision. I think he certainly got that second decision right.
The ball goes out away on the far side. McCabe gathers that one up. That's great work by the young man from Camla. Kicks it long down towards the full forward. He picks the ball up. There's a runner coming now, but he's held on to it. Still a chance for Shane O'Neill's to get a score. Over on the far side, being pushed along the end line. 3 Grange men running. Little bit of a tug there. The ball goes out to O'Rourke. O'Rourke's under pressure. Gives the pass inside now. A chance. McCabe blocked down.
What a block from number 8, James Rafferty.
Yeah, and McCabe was blocked down a couple of shots in the quarter-final as well. Now Ethan Rafferty going up the field. There's only 2 points between them. The ball comes back into Rafferty. Rafferty still holding on to the ball. He gives the ball back out to Kern. His brothers in Australia watching the match here. The brothers flying here in the athletic grounds. McKenna steps on the inside. Gives it on the outside now. A chance for Grange. It's up in the air and it's over the bar. What a stroke there by Ben Toll. Superb walk all the way up the field. And Paddy, Grange definitely have opened up here this last 11 minutes. Shane O'Neill's haven't got a score on the board. They're down a man, and there's a man lying on the ground here as well.
Yeah, I mean, what's happening is that Grange are taking their chances, Damien. We said in the first half, we said in the first half the problem was that they were scoring so few. I think it was 6 from 16. They're now 9 from 22. But they're just getting more of those balls over the bar, and there's very little in this game, Damien.
There's only a point between them. Change of a man out down on the ground here. Now they've broken forward. They're going forward. The referee stopped the game there, and he would have been better just giving Shane O'Neill's the advantage.
And it's Paul O'Rourke who's down on the ground here, and Paul's having an absolutely fantastic game. But again, Damien, I think back now, what about that free that Paul missed? That would have really settled down Shane O'Neill's into this second half.
Well, again,
and there's a titanic struggle ahead of us here in the athletic grounds. We'll try to have I think really Grange are just, as teams tend to do, are just sitting an extra man, Owen Rafferty back in front of their full back line there.
Yeah, so again, Shane O'Neill's have a man free here, picks the ball up. Going forward, lovely dink pass into O'Rourke. O'Rourke gathers the ball up. He just loves to hold on to that ball the way he gets it. Gives the pass now. He's been taken out. The ball's up in the air.
Brilliant score.
Superb strike there by the man coming on up the middle. Super score there by Doyle. David Doyle clipped that one over the bar. Great to see a defender coming up the field and putting the ball over the bar. Now that
and again, who created the score, Damien?
Paul O'Rourke. If I was the Shannon O'Neill's manager, I would be saying, get the ball to O'Rourke, because every time he gets his hands on it, there's something comes off it.
Yeah, and alternatively, as the Grange manager, they're going to have to try and do something about it, because he's almost single-handedly, and that's a foul there.
Yeah, and Kieran Mackin again. Kieran Mackin has some engine in him. Him and Blaheen, they both have engines in them, and I don't know what sort of juice they put in them, but they can motor. And the ball comes to O'Rourke. O'Rourke is a wee bit slow there. Oh, great bit of work there. Gathers it up, holds on to the ball, but the referee says he caught it and he lifted. He did. So this allows Grange to come up the field. They're coming up the field with the ball right underneath us here, the left hand side, but it's very, 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 McKenna needs to get out of the muck there. It's very heavy in there. We know that. We were out in the field earlier on. A little bit of a tug there. The referee says that's a free, and again Greg McCabe gave that free away. Didn't need to be doing it. The score 13 points to 1-7 or 1-8. Sorry, there's only 2 points between them. The ball is over with Justy Kern over on the far side, gives the ball to his midfielder, pushed it over to Ethan Rafferty. Ethan puts it away out in the right hand corner. A chance for Toll. He spins round, holds on to the ball, puts it up in the air. It's coming in. McKeown comes out, and the ball's in. And the ball, is it in the net? It's in the net. No, it's not. The referee says play on. The umpires don't go near the flags, and that could have been a score, but the ball didn't go in, and everybody was panicking there. But the two umpires, the ball comes out.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, Damien, if Shane Neal's going to win this match, they'll have reason to be thankful to Conor McKeown, because he did exceptionally well there. That was a hugely dangerous ball, and he not only caught it, he held on to it exceptionally well.
The ball's way over on the left hand side. The time here 43 minutes and 50 seconds. Shane O'Neill's 13 points, Grange 1-8. Mackin puts a lovely ball in, but again, that extra man just sits in there.
The sweeper just in front of it.
Gets the ball, and this allows Grange to come up from a Shane O'Neill's point of view, Paddy, rather than try and just get the ball in. Maybe we better taking shots from distance. Up they come the field. The men from Grange, they're down by 2 points here. The ball comes out underneath us. A chance here for Micheál McKenna. Micheál McKenna, that played for Armagh. There's a huge hit by Doyle. McKenna was knocked back to Ethan Rafferty. Ethan Rafferty looks forward. He gives the ball back into Cathal McKenna. Cathal McKenna goes on the outside, holding on to the ball. He's been watched. The ball is kicked in. That's another lovely high ball in on top of the full forward line. But Shane O'Neill's, the referee says that's a free. And I don't know why he's given the free there. Maybe there's a pull or a
yeah, I mean, you'd wonder, Damien, if there's been a foul in there on the Ford, was it not in the penalty area? If it's a free.
It's a strange one, Paddy. I can't figure out why the referee has called the ball 13 or 14 yards out in front of the goal. Yeah. Don't know why that's about. We have a substitute coming in. Out comes 8 and in comes 15. We said this earlier on, and maybe this is the reason why Mark McCabe was held on here. Mark McCabe replaces his brother Ryan. So we have a change here. McCabe comes in, and it's good to see Mark McCabe coming in here. He's a great engine. But Paddy, that is a very strange free there. I have no idea what happened there.
Yeah, 'cause he seems to have moved the ball out about 10 metres from where the contact was, but. Yeah, but I mean, I suppose more importantly, what it does, it's a chance for Ben Toll to register his third point of the game, and more importantly, get his side back within a single point.
Yeah, and it's straight in front of the Dalton Road goals here. He will absolutely dispatch this over the bar, and it goes up and it goes over the bar, and that's an easy score from Toll.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll have the situation here. I mean, Shane O'Neill's are still managing to get an extra man there in front of the full forward line. I mean, I wonder, Damien, are Grange maybe going to really push up here and really go for this and try to avoid when they're playing in those high balls, Shane O'Neill's having the extra man or having a sweeper there, because with the with 15 against 14, you'd have thought that would be within Grange's ability to do so.
Well, then again, we've seen McCabe come in there and he caught that ball, and he's plenty of running and he's fast. So this again. Well, I don't know, if you pull the team onto you, you're giving them the opportunity to score. The ball comes over on the far side, back on the inside now, and they're still back inside. McCabe checks on the inside. He's been pulled there. The referee says that's a free. Yeah. And there's another hit off the ball.
That's another clash, yeah.
So the referee just says play on here. And
yeah, well, that could be. So that's Andrew O'Hagan.
Yeah, the referee
involved in that. Yeah.
The referee, hold on, he's calling this
umpire. I think probably Andrew O'Hagan will be lucky enough if he escapes out of yellow card here, Damien.
So the umpire walks over to the referee. The referee's blowing his whistle and he's calling somebody in, or is he calling somebody over? I don't know what he's doing here, but there's a Shane O'Neill's man down. There's a free in front of the goals, and Grange are bringing in the substitution, and Brendan Rafferty's coming in, and out comes Andrew O'Hagan, and Andrew O'Hagan is coming off the field here, and in comes number 17.
Yeah, and I think that's sensible because he might have been about to get a yellow card there.
Well,
so he's avoided. I don't know whether he's avoided justice there, but yeah, he'd been involved in a few things there. He's involved in the sending off, the instant after it. I think that's probably sensible on Grange's part to take him off there. And as Conor Mackin kicks over the 7th point of the game, his 5th from a free.
Yeah, so again, that puts 2 points between them, 1-9 to 14 points. The men from South Armagh are still ahead in this game here as we look out. The ball is kicked long, down the field is coming in. Kieran Mackin, and again, Ethan Rafferty just rises to the clouds. He plucked that one down, and they're going that far up the field, the left-hand side. Malin, he gives a pass on the inside now. A chance here for Grange, a little bit of a tug there. Ball's up in the air, and the ball is gone over the bar. It's still, there's only a point between them.
Yeah, Cahill McKenna, excellent score there, and wasn't that an absolutely outstanding display of fielding there from Ethan Rafferty in the middle of the field?
Yeah, 2 great midfield catches in there. Again, you have Kieran Mack and you have Ethan Rafferty, and they're really, Paddy, this is going to come down to the last 10 minutes of the game, I would think, and who's the fittest, that's for sure. That's how I see this game going. There's only a point between them, 110 to 14.
Yeah, the scoreboard there, it's 110 to 14. The scoreboard actually, Athletic Grounds is no, it's
That's
just
right,
changed there, yeah.
So there's only 1 point between them here as we look out. Shane O'Neill's Mickey Mackin, he's got his very pensive look in his eyes down below us there, looking out in the field. The ball comes long. Conor Mackin comes up. Ball's knocked out of his hands. Grange again, Rafferty going forward, a little dink pass into McKenna. McKenna picks it up, he's going on the outside, puts this up, lovely strike, that's all over the way. What a score from McKenna. Micheál McKenna just hit that, Paddy, and as soon as that left his foot, he turned and he knew it was over the bar. All square.
And we're getting into the absolute crucial moments here with 12 minutes to go in the Athletic Grounds, Damien, and that is Grange back level, and it's been some time. I don't think the game's been level since the very, very early stages, or just after the first Grange goal.
Well, again, Shane O'Neill's have only scored 2 points in this second half here. See, obviously the sending off has affected how Shanes are operating here, Paddy, because for instance the sending off, they've been 6s and 7s. The ball this time comes over to
look, it's hard enough to win a championship final, Damien, without trying to do it with 14. It's a huge handicap.
And again, McCabe gives the ball back to Kieran Mackin. Kieran Mackin holds on to the ball, gives the pass inside now. A chance here for Doyle. He scored a point, gives it into O'Rourke, and O'Rourke's been knocked to the ground.
Brilliant stuff again from Paul O'Rourke.
But I would say what's probably happened with Paul now, Paul's probably getting a little bit tired here, using all his experience to get that free. And like if that had been out the field, Paddy, that probably wouldn't have been give. So he gets the free.
He just the way he's shaped for the ball there. He made it really easy for the defender to sort of run into the back of him, and then he went and he's got the free. As opportunity now for Paul O'Rourke. He missed his last one. He's kicked 4 points today, 3 of them from Clay, 1 of them was from a free, and you'd expect him to make it 5 here, Damien.
Well, he needs to go for the left post, not the right post. He needs to put it up, and again he just gets it over. You could just see him holding his breath there. But again, every time the ball comes to him, something comes off. And again, if I was Mickey Mackin down here, I'd be saying, get the ball to O'Rourke, try and get the ball to him. So this now allows O'Hagan to get the ball out for Grange, kicking it long. And why wouldn't they kick it long? Because they've been winning the midfield, and as I said that, McCabe knocked that down. But again, this is allowing Grange to come up the field. This time, Toll. Again, ball given away, and Greg McCabe's there, gets the ball, return pass from Mackin, gives the pass inside now again to Al McCabe. The two brothers combining, goes back to Mackin, back to the younger brother. So Kieran holding on to the ball, going forward with it, hand to toe, puts it in. This is a high ball, but O'Rourke will never get to this one. He has it, and he's on the ground. He was looking for the free. He didn't get it. The referee says a free out, and O'Rourke, well, there's 2 Shane O'Neill's men down there. This time it's coming out with the full-back, Conor Toll. Full forward, full-back, coming up the field with the ball. Ethan Rafferty's on the outside. Grange have an extra man on the inside. The ball comes to McKenna. Cahill going forward. He's been pulled and held there. The referee says play on. Ethan Rafferty's calling the ball. He gets the ball now. He nearly got his hands, not Conor Mackin. He was waiting for it. Ethan Rafferty goes again out on the outside. Puts this one, and again, that's a daisy cutter. He slipped, bangs the ground in disgust. This allows Shane O'Neill's to come up the field. Conor Mackin is playing a little bit deeper for Shane O'Neill's, coming forward, holding on to the ball. Gives it back to McCabe, the man that just came in and replaced the brother earlier on. He's holding on to the ball. Good footballer. Gives the ball back, all the way back this time. The runners are coming in, lucky enough to get away with that one. The ball is pushed out, away over on the far side by Austin. And again, Shane O'Neill's, Austin gets the return pass, gives it back again. And Mackin's on the outside here. He's going to look for the return pass. He gets it now. Kieran Mackin will pull the trigger on this one. Hits it with the outside of the foot.
What a point, Damien. What a score. Way out the field. 45 minutes. He's going down with cramp there. But that was an Standing point.
Outside
Brilliant
of the
stuff.
foot. Outside of the foot by the young man from Shane O'Neill's.
Oh, that's a point to win any championship game, Damien. Absolutely great stuff as the ball's kicked out here, and Granger haven't got back level. Damien,
best of luck to my nephew Peter Nugent and all the lads Grange today in the Armagh Intermediate Championship, and that's from Joe McDonald. And Joe is, I don't know where he is, where he's sitting or where he is, but he said he wishes the nephew the best. There's a substitution coming over there, and David Conway, Armagh, Mon the Grange, all the way from Sydney. The lads in Sydney are panicking. It's 3 o'clock in the morning in there. The weather's not bad down there. It's a bank holiday, lads. If you win, you can go out, and if you don't, well, it's going to be a disappointing night for you, but it's in the middle of the night down there in Sydney. So good luck to all the Grange lads down there in Sydney. Ryan
Quinn being prepared here, Damien.
Yeah, and again, a good player to be coming in for Shane O'Neill's. So we await to see. The referee gets the game on. Grange get the ball out of an extra man. The new man comes in for Shane O'Neill's. The ball comes up the field to Cathal McKenna. Right below us here. Cathal McKenna going hand to toe in this Cormac Leonard commercial sponsored championship in association with Linwood's Armagh TV. Spins round. Micheál McKenna. He hits this one again, and what a strike!
Oh, that's absolutely brilliant. Micheál McKenna, 3rd point of the second half, Damien, and certainly the last 2 have been points of the highest quality. But Damien, those last 2 scores we've seen, the one from Kieran Mack and the one from Micheál McKenna, would grace any championship game up and down Ireland.
2 superb scores there. They can't get the 18 on here. The referee, the linesman, they're shouting at Daisy McDonald, they're shouting at the linesman. Paul O'Rourke is down beside us here. They're trying to get the man on. Is O'Rourke off the field of play here? I would say, or is this a blood sub? Probably a blood sub here. Maybe that's what happened. So we wait for the referee. The ball's gone out. There's a free in the middle. Conor Mackin has his hands in the ball. O'Rourke's coming around to get a little bit of medication sorted out here. Or is he? Yes, he is. And the referee says, let's play on. Away over on the far side. There's only 1 point between them. Shane O'Neill's 16 points, Grange 112, 7 minutes left in this intermediate championship. Away over on the far side, McCabe, under a lot of pressure. He's holding on to the ball, but the ball has been stolen off Eamon McCabe. Eamon McCabe pulls his man to the ground, and this allows Grange to come up the field. Cathal McKenna got that free. The ball goes up along the line on the far side. Little bit of a push and a tug on the far side. The referee, the referee's waiting on that one.
Oh, a wee bit fortunate there. Maybe Micheál McKenna got bottled up, but this is a chance now for Grange, and you'd have thought now that 6 minutes to go, Damien, and will this extra man pay dividends? You know, Shane O'Neill's bound to be out on their feet.
Well, there it goes. Justy Kern and his brothers watching in Australia. The ball comes back. All the way back this time to McKenna. McKenna hits this one from the outside. Long, dropping down, coming towards, and it goes to the left and wide. Well, Paddy, it's going to be down to the last 5 minutes, that's for sure. Yeah. Will the extra man cost Shane O'Neill, or will maybe the will to win because they're down a man affect them? Who knows? With another substitute coming in for Grange. 26 is coming in. Stephen McInerney, and he's coming in for Grange here. The slips of paper has been handed over to the officials down below us here. The ball comes out into the middle of the field. It's dropping down. McCabe comes out. He gathers the ball.
Absolutely brilliant kick out to be able to pick out a man. 60 metres win, landed just perfectly on his chest. That was brilliant, Damien.
Yeah, McCabe's going well here. Gives the ball into Mack, and the man that scored the point back to McCabe. McCabe, well, he's been pulled to the ground there. The referee says play on. Thought that was a free, but Grange coming up the field there. The referee,
yes, a free.
Yeah, well, he says he lifted the ball off the ground, but I think the referee realised it should have been a free in the first instance.
Yeah, so now we're just into those last, 5 minutes. 5 minutes of normal time to go as
Shea Cullen
off. Stephen McInerney's on.
Stephen McInerney comes in, so it's all now the last. This is game time. This is where games come right to the boiling point here. Mackin, and O'Rourke goes back in again. Blood substitution. You want that man on the field the last 5 minutes. He's been brilliant here this afternoon.
Absolutely.
And we wait now for Conor Mackin. This would be a huge one if he could get this over the bar. He steals 10 yards. He strikes it long. It's up in the air, but it's going to drop short. Yeah. It's coming down in the end. The ball goes out, and it goes, it's still in play. Oh, it's gone out now.
Yeah, I don't know about that as a decision, Damien. If he was going for goal from there, it was just too far. I mean, he should have been trying to work that ball in, but maybe even pick up another free would have been a possibility, and she had the lead by
the ball was given away there. The foot come in, and this time Grange are on the attack. A chance here for Rafferty. Ethan Rafferty going up the left hand side. Mackin comes after him, puts the tackle in. Rafferty spins round, gives it again to the other man, McKenna. Cahill puts it down. A chance here. Micheál McKenna, he scored 3 or 4 lovely points. Back to Cahill. Cahill's been hammered into the ground there. Spins round, puts it up in the air. The ball comes across to the 2 big men. There's 3 Shane's men in there. There's 2 Grange men. Spins round, puts it up in the air,
he
and he
just
snaps
snaps.
at that
But
one.
I tell you what, Micheál McKenna's on it.
But the keeper comes out. The keeper was watching that all the way. Mackin gathers it up, gives the pass inside now, and Shane O'Neill's coming down the field. They're winning by 1. There's a huge hit. The referee, no free. Play on. The ball comes to Kieran Mackin. Kieran Mackin gets the ball, and it has been a free. It's getting very, very close and very, very tense. There's a Grange woman in front of us here. She's biting her nails. She doesn't know what to do here. She's looking at the match, and she's looking at us, and she's shaking her head. So it's all happening. The ball goes up in the air, and that's a hanger, and it's coming down, and it's caught. McCabe, he's going forward this time. Mark McCabe gets plenty in the tank, spins round, looking for Mackin, but he's still holding on to the ball. Gives it to Mackin now. Mackin again holds on to the ball, gives it back to McCabe. 2 Shane's men over on the outside. Conor Mackin's on the outside on his own here. The ball comes to him. There's an acre of space in front of him. He needs to attack it. He's looking forward. He hits this one, but it's too far out. But the ball goes to the right and wide.
Again, Damien, I go back to shot selection. That's twice.
His father holds his head and he just looks up and goes
outside of the right foot. He wasn't in the centre. He was on the 45-metre line. That just wasn't a shooting position. I know they're just trying to maybe they think they can get this one more point. Then Grange are going to need a goal. But
Paddy, that was a scoring one. If you had went to the left post instead of the right post, 2 balls in the field, slows the game up. Right down now, 3 minutes left in the game, even less than that. There's only 1 point between them. 1-12-16. Could we have a replay or extra time? I'm not sure.
No, it'll be a replay, straight to replay for
championship final. So we wait here, and the referee, well, his communication signals must be getting all confused over there.
Yeah, but again, so this is another delay, Damien. We had a long delay for the sending off. We've had
Paddy,
there should be at least 4 or 5 minutes played at the end of this game, and there's 2 minutes left in normal time.
I would say there should be at least 5, maybe 7 minutes. But the referee says, get on with the game. The ball is pushed out this time to Toll. Toll puts it into the middle. Sean O'Neill's, they're hanging on here. The ball comes out this time to Toll. Sean Toll, he's coming up the middle. He gives the pass inside to Cathal McKenna. Cathal McKenna's looking up. He's going to put the ball out on the outside now. A chance over on the far side where number 17, Rafferty, puts it up in the air. It's coming across, and it's gone wide.
But again, snatching at shots, Damien, way out over on the sideline under pressure. It's I suppose it's so hard to keep. It's easy for us to say, but it's so hard to keep a clear head. You have your entire season. Maybe the highlight. Maybe this will be the last time some of these players will play in a championship final, and it's so difficult to keep your head. But
Oran Rafferty's on there. There must be about 23 Raffertys on the Grange team at this stage because Ben Toll's coming off. There's another Rafferty going on here down to the last minute. We're in the last minute of the game. Will there be 5 minutes? Will there be 3 minutes? Will there be more than that? We'll wait for the referee to get the game on. Shane O'Neill's hanging on in here with this game. The ball goes long. It's up in the air. It's travelling down. It's coming down. And he's stretched. And what a catch there by young Conor Mackin, the man from Camla. He's holding on to the ball. His younger brother's out here on his own, and the ball comes in over the top. Ooh, that's a poor enough ball.
It away,
he's given it away. So Ethan Rafferty gets the ball. The man you didn't
that's
want.
That's a foul. He grab a hold of his shorts there.
Yeah, well, you didn't want that ball.
Almost an embarrassing incident there in the athletic grounds, but anyway, we'll go on.
He didn't want that ball to go near Rafferty. His other brother was out here. He should have been given the ball out here. There's only 1 point between them. 59 minutes and 49 seconds on the clock as we look out here. Shane O'Neill's, they're up by 1. The ball has been given away. They stole the ball. McCabe holds on.
Micheál McKenna, the one man you thought you wanted on the ball from a Grange perspective.
Greg McCabe's coming down the field. He'll hold on to this ball. Kieran Mackin, Toll, the whole lot of them. The right man's holding on to the ball here for Shane O'Neill's. Greg McCabe goes forward. He goes one way. He holds on to the ball. It's been pushed over the line. The ball's gone over the line, and it's a line ball here underneath it.
Or is it a free? Is it a free to Shane O'Neill's?
Greg McCabe.
And I tell you what, Damien, there's 20 seconds played of injury time, and I suspect that Shane O'Neill's won't be rushing to kick this one.
Well, we have a new kicker on the ball here, but Greg McCabe was very, very lucky there because he didn't need to be doing that. He should have made his mind up and either go short or go long. So now the ball is back with Conor Mackin. Conor Mackin, the older of the Mackins here. They're younger brothers in front of him, their fathers beside him.
Only 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Well, that's shocking because there should be at least 5 to maybe 7 minutes here. Only 3 minutes. There was a lot of time. Huge hit by Mackin. But again, Paddy,
again from the sideline, that's sliced outside the right foot.
But we seen that from the first match and the first half and the second half. The ball's going to the right hand side. You need to be going for the left post and let the wind just take the ball over. It's all square here. Up on the far side, Grange going forward. They're down. McKenna gets his hands on the ball. not yet. He's on the ground. He lifted that ball. Referee says play on.
He's got the sideline. He's got either a free or sideline. Grange have it. There's a 90 seconds left in this game.
Could this be a replay? Could this game come to a replay? It comes back now. Grange going forward. The midfielder has been pulled. He's going forward again. Rafferty holds on. Chance here for the men from Grange, West Armagh, to get the equaliser score.
And he's given over carrying there. Oh, that could be. Is that the decision that's going to maybe win this? Or will be a decisive factor in this Armagh Intermediate Championship final?
You have a minute and a half here to go. It's all about how Shane O'Neill's walk out this next 1 or 2 minutes. There's a man down here on the outside. McCabe again giving the ball away. That's second or 2 or 3 times he's done that. The ball goes forward. The right man's on it. Ethan Rafferty's going to put it on his left foot. He puts it up in the air, dropping short. And it's coming short. Shane O'Neill's get the ball out. They hold on to the ball. They're coming up the field, driving out the field. And we're running into the last minute. He's hammered into the ground. It's a free out. The men from Shane O'Neill's are hanging on by their fingertips here in the athletic grounds, the ecclesiastical capital of Ireland. They're down. They're up by a point. Grange are hanging on to. They need the equaliser. Who gets the next possession? The next possession is so vital here as we look out. And Shane O'Neill's are bringing in number 17. And number 17 is Patrick Dorn. The ball comes out. Man's down. Free for Grange. They're going forward. Well, they need to take that ball back because you can't punch the ball out. But again, Shane O'Neill's have a man down injured. Why are they hurrying up? They need to be holding on. So I would say if this ball goes over the bar, it's all over.
Yeah, this is the last play of the game, Damien. So this is the whole season. This is the whole season just in about 40 seconds here. Can Grange keep themselves alive? There's plenty of balls being kicked on the onto the field again. There, the Shane O'Neill's Mayor Fernia there did a great defensive block. They'll need to get rid of this one. So really, look. 30, 40, every time they kick one off, this is a bit farcical here. It really is. Well, but the important thing is,
the referee just do is move the ball up the field.
I think, and I think it's really getting to that stage. That's what he should be doing. But here it is, Damien.
We are now over time. It's all in this last attack, and it's with Ethan Rafferty. He has the weight, he has the pressure, he has everything on his shoulders here. He gives the ball back to Cal McKenna. Cal McKenna puts it up. The ball is up in the air, broken down. Who has the ball? Shane O'Neill's coming out with the ball. He's been pulled, and that's a free. He's on the ground. The referee.
He's giving it over, carrying. And this is the chance for Grange to equalise.
Paddy, that referee, that should have been a free for Shane O'Neill's all the day long. There was 4 men hanging on him there.
I was certain he was going to give the free, and this is the chance. Who's going to take this one, Damien?
Well, you'd have to be going for Ethan Rafferty or Micheál McKenna or something like that. Oh, he's not. It's neither of them. We're looking out here. This is the last play of the game.
He's about 40 metres, Damien.
Huge pressure here.
About 5 metres. He's maybe 39 now.
Jamie Rafferty's kicking this off the ground. And this is going to be a hard shot. The pressure on this young man. And can he get it off the floor? Can he get it over the bar? The referee will blow the whistle. He's played an additional minute here. The ball is up in the air. This will be the final play. Rafferty for Grange to save their championship. The pressure's on this young man. The weight of the pressure, the championship is leaning on him. He hits the ball. He puts it up. It's over. It's over. It's all square. It's a level game. The referee will blow the game here. What a kick. What a pressure kick.
You talk about all the characteristics you want in a football. Composure. That was brilliant. That was brilliant. That was the championship in a kick there. And Grange are going to get a second bite of the cherry, I suspect, Damien.
They will. And Shane O'Neill's will have 15 men for the next game. They played most of the second half of 14. The referee, I think he played there for the draw, but the game is over. Referee, he's going to blow the whistle. The ball is up in the air. No, it's still going. The referee's still playing on. Conor Mackin comes up. The ball is in this time. And again, that man, he's been pulled and held. And again, that was another free. And the referee's given a chance.
He's given the free as a chance to win it for Grange. And I really thought, Damien, I agreed with you. I thought that should have been a free to Shane O'Neill's in midfield.
It should have been a free there as well.
And this is going to be very controversial here. Now, the foul that was given was 100% a free. No doubt about it. We're 5.5 minutes into our 3 minutes of injury time here, folks, and this is a chance to win the
referee called 3 minutes,
and this is going to be heartbreaking on Shane O'Neill's. I mean, Damien, we were certain that it was going to be the game was going to be blown up. Now we did think that there should have been 5 or 6 minutes injury time, but once that went over the bar, and if Grange win this,
this is well within his range here. No question about it. He will definitely get. I would say he should score this. No question about it. But the last point, the game should have been called as a draw. So the pressure again now is back on Grange. Mickey Mackin's looking up, shaking his head. McKenna puts this up in the air, and it's over the bar.
And
that's it.
That is surely going to be the kick that wins the intermediate championship for Grange. Cathal McKenna and James Rafferty, 2 late frees, 2 perhaps controversial frees, but it's surely going to be enough for Grange. And now it's Granger kicking the balls out of the field, Damien. Well, giving Shane's a bit of taste of their own medicine, I suppose.
Going back to the decision a minute ago there, it's going to be the referees. He's going to give them a chance.
There's 2 balls on the pitch.
And again, referee.
And it's all over.
Well,
Grange are the champions. Congratulations to St. Colin Kills Grange. And look at the delight there. Oh, you can just see it. You can see the delight in Grange and the devastation on Shane O'Neill's faces there, Damien. That was so tough.
Paddy, going back to the kick off the floor from Rafferty, the game was well over. The referee had called 3 minutes. He had played nearly 5 and probably should have blew the whistle, but he decided to go on and again give the free here. And of course, Cathal McKenna put it over the bar for Grange to win the game by 1 point. What can you say? But again, come back to
it was slightly unpleasant scenes here, unfortunately, with the referees just being Jared Devlin. Emotions are getting very heated here.
Well, Shane O'Neill just needs to walk away from that.
Look, there's nothing to be gained here. I understand that the emotions get there, but look, the referee, he's doing his job. He's making honest decisions that he thinks are right. You can disagree with them, fine, but just not the sort of scenes we want to. But look, maybe David, we should focus on the men from Grange who've won a championship here this evening.
2 minutes to go, Grange were beat.
Yeah,
2
absolutely.
minutes to go, they were beat. They were down and they were beat. But they kept going on and going on and going on, and they kept going right to the end. And it proves one thing, Paddy. Getting the man sent off in the championship final to come back and
absolutely, Damien. It's absolutely critical. I mean, people sometimes talk about the 14 could be better. It's absolute. So look, this is a brilliant day for Grange, and just about in that second half, they'd only scored 5 or 6 points at half time, and they were hugely more efficient in the second half, Damien.
Look, no question about it, and they hit them 2 frees at the end there was massive for the Grange men. Huge performance there.
Yeah, I mean you have to feel absolutely devastated for Shane O'Neill's because they give absolutely everything. I'm thinking too particularly of Paul O'Rourke.
And he had some game there,
he's probably heading towards the end of his career, and that was unbelievable game in a championship final, and just to be foiled at the day. Decisions are decisions, Damien, and if I thought there probably was 5 or 6 minutes injury time.
Well, we did say that, maybe 7.
Yeah,
but we're not criticising. We're saying that the time was played.
I think it would have been great to have seen the 2 teams having another laugh at it next week.
We did say that there was going to be lots of times, but the referee called 3 minutes and then he decided to play maybe six and a bit, and then again. But having said that, Grange had to score that one off the floor to draw the match. The pressure that he was under there was unbelievable. Puts it over and then to steal the game at the end, and that's what Grange done, Paddy. They stole the game at the end, but that's what championship football is all about. So the lads in Sydney, you can enjoy yourself. Mark Trainer can go.
Well, he's gotten away with one there.
He doesn't have to buy any pints this evening here. But look, what can we say here? It was a cracking game of championship football.
And I think I'd also just like to pick out Damien Micheál McKenna in that second half. He scored 3 points. 2 of them were 2 of the highest quality points you'll see absolutely anywhere.
Well, he hit one up here with the outside of the foot, and he knew as soon as it left his foot, he just turned and run back. What a shot. It was all over, and he knew that was over. But again, going back to Rafferty, I have to commend James Rafferty for that free at the end to draw the match. The pressure was on him. If he hadn't missed that, the game was over, and he just put it over the bar. And we thought it was going to be over that stage.
Yeah,
but
absolutely. And again, it goes back to Damien to discipline and that sending off. It's so critical. These are the moments that decide championships. Shane O'Neill's they were in a comfortable enough position at that point. But once you go down to 14 men, David, they did well. They held on for a long time, but eventually 14 men having to cover that, and that's a heavy energy sapping pitch there after all the rain last night.
But again, the game was won. The game was won in extra time in the 6th minute of extra time, basically for that free to go over the bar. And again, you have to give Cathal McKenna. I mean, the pressure that he was under to nail that one, and he just put it over with absolute nonchalance. He just knew exactly, and it was over the bar. And what can we say? We had a cracking game of football. Yes, maybe possibly it should have been a draw. Maybe we could have become coming back here next week. But we are not. We have to congratulate the men from St. Columkills. The Grange have won the Intermediate Championship by a point right at the death, Paddy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I know it was a hugely exciting game of football. And I mean, nothing to do with either club. You can just see the excitement, the joy from the Grange, the devastation from the Shane O'Neill's players. It's just, that's what club football's all about. That's why we all follow it. That's why we love it so much, Damien. These are the days, these are the moments that it can bring you. And,
as Van Morrison,
Grange that's what Grange are experiencing today.
As Van Morrison would say, if it were days like this.
That's it, yeah, absolutely, Damien. Yeah.
What can we say? Shane O'Neill's will go down the road very, very, very disappointed. Grange will sail up that little short distance up the road here. They'll be happy, they'll be smiling, and they'll be partying all night this evening and probably tomorrow. So there'll probably not be a cow milk in Grange tonight. No, and there's a big creamery up beside them, so they'll probably be using powdered milk in Grange this week. Yeah. So what we're going to do is here, we're waiting on the proceedings to take place down, and as soon as that happens we'll go directly to that, and then we'll come back and we'll wrap up. So again, thanks to all the team, Catherine and Paul and the whole team, Paddy and myself and all the rest of them here this evening getting this game, and we'll go straight outside now.
Number 12 from Shane O'Neill's, Paul O'Rourke. Can we ask the Grange players to come over for the presentation, which will be made by the county chairperson, Mickey Savage.
Senior friends with the replay.
It is not, is it? Didn't go to free kicks today, no?
No, not today.
Any word on Clifford and Lappin? John Mack said it.
Apology, Gail. First of all, on behalf of the Armagh County Board, I want to congratulate both teams on a marvellous Cormac Gannard commercial Intermediate Championship final. I want to welcome our sponsor Cormac Gannard here today, and the Addie Hardy Cup, and Addie's son Jervis here, and I want to welcome him here as well. I want to thank our staff here, our stewards, for all the great work they've done. I want to give a special word of thanks to our Grange man, Rowan Hart, for the condition to get the pitch in after the torrential game we had here last night. So well done, Rowan, and thanks very much. I want to thank our referee, our linesmen, and his officials for really carrying out their duties.
John McAtee in the county final.
Unfortunately, it has to be the news of today, Shane O'Neill's. You've put up a gallant effort, a marvellous display on the day, and I want to congratulate you on making it here through the veil and for the performance you put up. And I have no doubt that if you keep it going, lads, there's no reason why you won't be back here next year. So well done to Shane O'Neill's. And as a hearty congratulations to the new Addie Hardy Intermediate Cup champions, the Grange. You've battled the whole game right to the final whistle, and some of your point scoring and your play was a credit to both teams. And I want to, it gives me great pleasure now to present the Addie Hardy Cup to the captain of the Grange team, Adam Cole.
Three cheers for Rowan Hart and his team here. To the referee, the umpires and the linesmen. It's not an easy job out there sometimes. Thanks, lads. First and foremost, to the young Shane O'Neill's team. Lads, it's not easy standing down there. There's too many boys in this steps know what it feels like. We've been there before and bounced back. To get a day like today, and I have no doubt that you will do the exact same. You were their beat last year. You were their beat this year. And I would say you can go on and take one more step next year. The Shane O'Neill's. Hip hip. Hip hip. Hip hip. To our backroom team. To start off the youngest man, RJ. We give up every Sunday. Go and video these matches so that we can have a video on a Monday to pick and choose over. I can tell you it wasn't an easy job at the time. Jake, thanks for everything. I have no doubt we'll stand up here and do this Sunday as well. To Mark McGee, our statistician. Mark came in from an outside club. By God, we own him now. Mark, it's people like you operating in our underage system that make today's like today a real possibility. Thanks, Mark. To Jim McEnany, our team finance director. Jim, you're like the grandfather of this team. Every man looks up to you. You've been about here longer than some of these players. Jim, this is for you today, boy. Anthony McCarroll. He makes sure everyone's prepared. Looks after these players in the steps like children of his own. Anthony, thanks for everything, boy. What can I say about Peter Nugent? The man flew halfway across the globe on a Wednesday and back again for our semi-final. Peter, you've left no stone unturned. And it's a great honour that I can say you're the best intermediate coach in Armagh tonight, son. We do remember everybody that it's given something to get this team up the steps today. But sometimes when we have a team that's ready to push as hard as we are, and a backroom staff, all you need is a mini dictator. Step forward, Mr. Grange. John McCartan, folks. A man that has held every position I think possible within this club. John, 3 times rugby boy. Finally, to each and every one of you out there, I know we're not an easy watch during league football, but we know right in this place we're judged on these boys here. It's 26 years from Annie Hardy seeing the back of the Winnie Hill. And whilst there's a few that's come and gone, some things have changed. One thing's for sure, we can throw a shindig like no other. I have the bar stop up the head.
Well, you're very welcome back to the peace and serenity of the press box here where most of the journalists have gone except the local press here. They're going to be looking for a wee quote from Justin here maybe. Your brother was watching that in Sydney.
Yeah, he was talking to me during the week there and well 2 weeks ago after the semi-final he was talking about actually coming home for the game and I was over the moon, but plans fell through. But
Well, why would he come home? Hey, when he can watch it on my TV?
exactly. Yeah, no,
So hopefully he's still tuned in here. So it's
be definitely, yeah.
it's probably I'll tell you what time it is in Sydney now if I get my phone out. But listen, 2 minutes to go. Did you think you were going to win that match?
I don't know. See, there's been times this year that we've been down. Actually, a lot of times this year that we've been down by a point or 2 points in the last 2 minutes. But that sums up this team. We never give up. We literally never give up. And it's head off first.
It's 3:45 in Australia, and I think it's a bank holiday tomorrow, so we'd probably not be working. So look up at the screen there, give him the thumbs up, and say, listen, our fella, you didn't have to come home. A tenner's a whole lot cheaper than €1,000 or £1,000 to come home. So give him a shout to all. There's a whole load of guys down there in Sydney watching and enjoying the game.
I took it home, lad, and that was for you. I love you, lad. I love you, lad.
There you go. Well done. So listen, what I tell you, 2 minutes to go, you were down by a point. The pressure that Rafferty was on there, Jammer, to kick that one off the floor.
Yeah, dead off. He's practicing in there 4 or 5 nights a week, but he's sort of never had the confidence to actually hit them. I don't know why, because you see him there, he's top class player, and that sums him up there.
And then the winning point by Cahill.
If there's ever a man that deserves it, it's him. He's trained. I don't know, he's a phenomenal footballer, and he deserves that. And I'm so happy for him.
So it's 26 years since he's won the Intermediate Championship, I believe. So that's what they were saying there. The Addy Hardy, the White Cross man, hadn't had the Grange this long time.
Yeah,
but listen, Justin, your fella's in Australia. He's watching. I know in the quarter-final or the semi-final he was going a wee bit mental at the end, the way the game panned out and the way he's won that match too. You just seemed to win it in the dying, well, not in the dying minutes, after the dying minutes. It was like Lazarus here, the two results, that semi-final just won it in the end, in deep into injury time. Same here today. But again, that proves the game's never over to the final whistle.
That understood us in the semi-final. We were 4 points down on the stage, and we'll come out over the top. So when we were 2 points down, or keep the head.
Well, listen,
we brought it back.
Get you out there, enjoy the celebrations, and one more shout to the brother in Australia there. You done it for him.
Done it for you, Ryan. Love you. I love you the best.
There you go. Well done. Great stuff. And Paddy, I'll hand this one over to Paddy here. So, Paddy, you can do a wee interview here.
So delighted here. I'm joined by the man of the moment, John McArdle. John, that was a nice Sunday afternoon out, nice quite relaxing Sunday afternoon in Armagh.
We tend to leave it nice and relaxing for our supporters in all the games that we've played the year. So we keep fighting to the end, and that's what it's all about,
Yeah, and you must be really, really proud of the courage and determination that showed there to keep going, because things weren't. I'm sure at half time you were starting to get a wee bit worried because Shane O'Neill's had been.
I wouldn't have said I was getting worried. Like our boys have finished every game strong this year. They go from the very first minute to the last minute. And that's what takes a team. Takes a team to go on and go on. Like we went extra time. If you take the Mullabone game that we played, we went 2 points down, or we went 2 points up, and they came back to level it. Now that would have finished many's a time, but then we kicked on in extra time, and won the game. And then again, the same against Clonagale. Clonagale were ahead and kept fighting, kept coming back. So, it's in this team.
Yeah. And I mean that was certainly that kick that Jamard Rafferty. Do you want to maybe sort of take us through what was going through your mind as Jamard was stepping up to what looked like it was going to be the last kick of the game? Of course, it wasn't.
No, well, to be honest, what was going through my mind was the next step. What happens next? The ball goes over the bar, the ball goes wide. What do we do next? So I was just trying to get everybody organised for the kicker. And that's what it is. Because that's one thing these lads have excelled at this year. They're just not thinking about looking at the bar and the ball going over the bar. They're thinking about what's next. What do I have to do? What's my next job to do so it can put us in the best position to get over the line.
I'm sure you have a big night planned tonight. Then it's not every. It's been 26 years since Grange have won one, and
I know it's 26 years from we won the intermediate. We won the junior in 2010, so which was a good start. We went 15 years there. We got to a final. We got to the final in 2008, and again we got into the final in 2014. Unfortunately, we were managing both of them, and I was forgetting the road after the semi-final win because they say I'm a bad omen about the games, getting them to three finals.
And did you learn much, John? From those experience, from getting to those couple of finals and things going against? Do you bring that in then to the game this year?
It's cruel, but getting to finals and all the hype in the run up, that means nothing unless you get over the line.
That's very true.
Like we've been there in the past, we were close on a couple of different occasions. We got wiped out in one of the other finals. Like, but sure, it's a learning curve. Every time you set foot on a football field, it's a learning curve. You know?
Yeah, absolutely. And you've hit the top of that curve this afternoon, John.
Well, I wouldn't say we haven't hit the top of it. You know, these lads, there's a great bond of lads, great determination. There's a great camaraderie from them. You know, and that's one of the things that we worked on from the very beginning of the year was individual-wise, very talented team. Yeah. But we had to gel as a team.
Yeah,
you know, and that's where we focused on doing a lot of things off the field as well as on the field throughout the year to try and bring them together and act as one. And I think we really have, and that's what's held us there at the very end. The fact that we are together, we're not one individuals, we are a team. You know, even
absolutely.
You know, it's just not the 1 to 15. It's all the subs that come on, all the boys in training that don't get minutes. They're as important to this victory as anything, you know, because we couldn't go through tactics, couldn't go through drills unless them boys were there willing to sacrifice it. Tonight is our 100th session tonight. Like, we have boys that have went over 90 sessions and didn't get a minute there tonight. Yeah. And this is for them. It's not for the boys to get the ball, put the ball through the bar, put the blocks in, get the saves in. This is for the boys that are there every single night.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, look, that's those very wise words, John, and very touching tribute. And looking forward to running Ulster now, hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll get over the night.
That's
and
it.
We'll focus later in the week.
Right, back training Tuesday, maybe.
I'm not going to say Tuesday. No, I'm not going to say Tuesday. We'll focus on it later on in the week. You know.
John, congratulations. No, absolutely stunning, Victor. Thanks for coming and joining us on Linwood's Armagh TV. All right, take it. Congratulations, John. Okay, folks, that's another. Damien's just going to step back in here as we. The final words of the Intermediate Championship season, the penultimate game. Well, replays notwithstanding, penultimate game of our championship season here in Linwood's Armagh TV.
Well, what we have, Paddy, obviously we have Crossmaglen and Ballymacnab, and to be fair to everybody, that's probably the game we all wanted. You know, like we did think. Well, we did think. No, but well, okay. I know from your Pollyanna point of view, but
yes, I know
but
what you mean.
Of course,
from a neutral point.
Yes, from a neutral point of view, I sort of thought myself that. I thought Ballymacnab would beat Greenmore. Yeah. Lucky enough they did. And I thought, I thought Crossmaglen and Mahony would have been tighter, but Crossmaglen showed that, you know, they mean business here. And both teams got to the final last year, and they played really, really well. Ballymacnab, you know, the first half last year, Ballymacnab were just sailing that game, and a pure bad 10 minutes allowed Cross in. So if Ballymacnab learn from that, we have a cracking senior final. But that's in 2 weeks' time, I think. It's 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks' time. But back to here tonight. Here's what happened today, right? Grange was beat. They're down by a point. Rafferty steps up, and Reid Justin said he's been practicing these all this last couple of weeks off the ground. And what a pressure shot that was to level the game. And then we did think that the referee was going to blow it up, but he didn't. And probably the reason was there was time spent footering about, balls between the pitch and all that sort of stuff and all that. But then again, Cahill McKenna to come up, and you just knew, Paddy, that Cahill was going to put that over the bar.
He never looked like missing it.
No, he never looked like missing it. And then again, when you look at the percentage chances that you have down here, and Connor missed maybe a couple of ones down here, and they're not percentage shots, they're 10% chances and getting them. But look, Shane O'Neill's probably, overall, the better team. Yeah. Probably the better team, you know. But at the end of the day, it's the result that counts. And look up here, and as we look out here, we see, I don't know what somebody's pointing out at here. Oh, there's somebody out there with, I'm not sure. Oh,
yes, a green wig there was on the,
well, look at green wig, I could be doing it sort of
yes,
I thought maybe that's what you're pointing at it. But listen, Paddy, again, we have to commend Grange for never dying. Yep. Going back to the semi-final, they won the game, they beat Clonagale in the same way. Right at the death. It wasn't even at the death because, again, the referee in that time called like 3 minutes and he played 6 minutes or something as well. Same thing happened here tonight. And Grange, they done what you practice and you preach teams to do. You play to the final whistle. Absolutely. And you never stop. Yeah. And they played to the Fat Lady Sang the night, and that was the long whistle from the referee, which gave Grange the 1 point result. And I didn't realise it was 26 years since Addy Hurty from Whitecross headed over to, or is it Whitecross direction, headed over to the other side of West Armagh. So there'll be good fun in Grange tonight. They'll be very disappointed in camera. There's no question about that. But Shane O'Neill's have nothing to be ashamed of here. They played fantastically well. They showed they're a good team. They showed credit. They showed guts and everything here. And just get nipped at the end, and that's the way we want championships to be won, Paddy. Right at the death, Not one team run away with it, right at the death, and Grange were just lucky enough to do that today.
Yeah, Fuller for the neutrals, devastating for Shane O'Neill's, an absolute joy for Grange, and we wish them all the best now in Ulster. So
yeah, and of course we wish them all the best, and I have to thank Paul and Catherine, Paddy here, and Kevin in the background as well. He's way up doing things behind the scenes and all that. You get to hear us, and now we've even get to see us here now. We look up at the screen here, but you get to see us here now, and we don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we think that it gives another angle from Armagh TV, the professionalism that we're trying to bring to the whole show here, Paddy, trying to get this out to the people all around the world. And you seen young Justin come in here, and he was talking about his brother. His brother was going to come home for the match nearly, and he couldn't get, but at least he got to see the match.
Yeah.
And the young man, he nearly cried there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So to me,
it's a highlight in anybody's year, anybody's life, to win a championship like that. And,
yeah.
It probably brings things into
perspective.
Yeah.
And I also think it's brilliant that the likes, what we can do here, like we have the easy part because we just see and we record, we call what we see here.
Yeah, we turn up just before the game and we leave straight after it, and for the folks working behind here to have to do the hard work.
Just to update for you guys, it looks like the winner today is going to be playing the winner from Tyrone on Saturday the 19th of October in Crossmaglen.
So the 19th of October, the Armagh champions, intermediate champions, will be playing the Tyrone champions in Crossmaglen the 19th of October. So we wish Grange the best of luck on that one. But what we're saying, Paddy, is that the power of TV is fantastic here. The power of Armagh TV. Paul was standing behind me there, and when the young man Cairns was talking there, Paul says the hairs in the back of his neck stood up. He was talking about his brother in Australia, he just said, "That's for you." Yeah. So I think that's great. I think what we do here is we can bring the people far from home, like Des Mackin, Big Des, that played for Armagh. He has a lovely cafe, Collyhanna man.
I know Des well. Yeah.
I met him there during the week in La Carva, Barcelona, and they were watching the match last night. And I can tell you, folks, anybody goes to Barcelona, you've got to go to that little cafe. The best cupcakes in Barcelona. Believe it or not, if you said that Des Mackin was going to be making cupcakes and giving you out coffee, you'd be looking and saying, McCullough, you're not wise. But he does do that. He's a lovely little place, and he loves to see locals coming over. And when you hear a South Armagh man talking with a Catalonian accent, it's fantastic. So to the boys in Barcelona, to the boys in Australia, to the boys in Spain, to the boys in, to the women in Florence. Mrs. Chairman's over in Florence there. She was watching the match. And to all the people, to the boys in Camilla down there. I know Mark Taylor's has a sigh of relief. He doesn't have to buy a pint for everybody in the house. And to all the boys up in Collyhanna, Crossmaglen, Mark Kearney's and all that, watching the game here this evening. We appreciate your support. We thank you for the support. We do this for the love of the game. We do this for the love of Armagh. And Paddy, we'll be back here in 2 weeks doing the senior final between Crossmaglen and Ballymacnab.
Looking forward to it.
So I'll see you.